Ursula, here to resign, are you?
Not on your life.
I thought so. There's no honour in public service anymore, is there?
Listen, Steve.
To be quite honest, love, I'm surprised you've got the nerve to show your face.
Yeah, well, I've got an appointment with the housing manager, as it happens.
Homeless family, is it? Making sure they don't land up on your precious street.
Listen, I wanted that hostel to go ahead.
Steve, I'm glad you're early. We're seeing the chief executive at 1:30. I'd like a natter first, so we go in with a clear blueprint. There's been enough delay.
Did the hostel get the green light then? I mean, if there's anything I can do, the committee's moved and we're in the planning stage.
Sorry, love. This is all very confidential.
Mrs. Barley.
I say, Wendy. Look, these rumours, you know they all suspect me, simply because my husband... Well, I just wondered if you've got any ideas.
Not a clue. I just take the notes.
Yeah, but you might have noticed something, like my husband, Mr. Barlow, you know, Ken Barlow from the Recorder, talking to some particular councillor.
I can't say I have. Please excuse me, I'm late already.
10:30 and still no sign.
Alma, where art thou? Do you reckon a block stayed the night then?
Knowing what I know of Mike Baldwin, I would say that was more than likely.
Oh, don't look so happy. You sat here on Sky, have me chucking me job in and joining you.
Well, that's the plan, then I can grab it.
Ah, you can have it. I'm writing a book, I am. My life as a slave in the chip butty mines.
Yeah, well, I could do with something till the exam results come.
You'll be lucky. Even dishwashing has to be a career now. Unless you're well landed, of course.
Oh, crikey, is that fan working?
Yes, it is, strangely enough. In fact, it's been working since 8 o'clock this morning. Like the rest of us.
Look, I am sorry I'm late, but after last night, I feel dreadful. I mean, I splash out of noises. What happens? They take me wrong road.
Ooh, Gail, have you no feelings? Would you kindly keep those obnoxious-looking sausages well away from me if you don't mind?
You keep out of the road, then. I mean, they are one of our staples.
Mind you, Mike was very gallant. I mean, still, you can imagine my embarrassment, can't you? I mean, oysters, champagne, Mike being very attentive. Suddenly, I'm chucking up.
Not a pretty picture.
Well, don't overdo the sympathy.
Yeah, well, we are busy, Alma.
I know. That is why I have made the effort. I mean, really, I should be in my bed, but fragile as I am, I've staggered down.
Much obliged, I'm sure. Do you think you could manage to fry some eggs?
I'll try.
Right, sausage, egg and chips, bacon, egg and chips, beans, egg and chips, 2 bread and butters and 3 teas in mugs.
Hello, Jim's Cafe. Oh, hello, Mike. This is Gail. No, I'm afraid she's out. Good morning.
Romeo was that calling Miss Juliet.
Summit on them lines, yes.
Oh, she'll kill you if she finds out.
Oh, yes, well, we've got to box clever, haven't we? I'm not having her yakking to her tycoon boyfriends all morning.
Oh, just a flying visit. Haven't seen Alma this morning, have you?
Gentleman here in a state, and he's lost all his reasons for living.
Watch it. I read the people that work for me are like to send me up.
People? Don't you mean poor unfortunate?
I'm after Alma.
Oh, we know, and doesn't she love it?
Yeah. Well, perhaps I can get a bit of sense out of you. Only I phoned the cafe and Gal said that she'd gone out.
Well, I've not seen her, mate.
What is all this ringing and diving about? I mean, I thought you had dinner with Alma last night. Don't tell me you didn't get breakfast into the bargain.
Oh, cheeky. Anyway, turn up in the Rovers, will you, briefly? But if she fancies a meal out somewhere, well...
Oh, I say, the other half liver.
Washed up by the time we're 21, most of us. See you. Be good.
See ya.
Hey, that crack about breakfast was a bit near the knuckle.
Oh, come on, Alf. I mean, if they don't want cracks, then they shouldn't be so flaming cliquey.
Listen, Percy, I can't tell you anything you haven't read in the Recorder.
Come on, be straight, Councillor. I happen to know it was on the planning agenda.
How?
Well, I worked for the corporation, didn't I? I have my sources.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Who doesn't?
Yeah, well, now, was it yes to this hostel thing, then?
Well, I don't know. I didn't attend the committee.
Pardon? You mean to tell me that they're planning a doss house in your own street and you weren't there to register a protest?
Look, as it happens, I think a hostel for the homeless is fairly vital, and a pretty well defunct community centre was a good choice, whichever street it happens to be in.
Oh, well, if you're talking like that, you won't get my vote in future.
I didn't expect it, Percy.
Yeah, she's a beauty, isn't she, yeah? That's a bit of money spending like, but once she's on song, I reckon she'll go some.
Now then, what we're talking about? The old banger we've got round the back?
And the one you nearly cut for last night.
What, her front pub? Tina, you're kidding me. One of them drives like a dream, the other gives me nightmares.
Hey, big girl, though. Could be a real education for a young lad like yourself.
Nah, driving's my #1 priority.
Yeah? Well, that makes 3 of us.
3?
Sally's got herself winning Grand Prix. I said, listen, love, you're a mascot, if anything. Will she be told?
Oh, listen, she'll stumble. It's just propaganda, innit? I mean, the split's obvious. 1 mascot, 1 driver, 1 mechanic. It's a perfect team, I reckon.
Oh? And when was this decided?
What?
That you was the driver?
It's the rules, Kev. 1 nominated driver, 1 nominated mechanic. That's for the mascot.
Oh? And what says you've got the monopoly?
Well, it's the rules, it's laid down.
Yeah, but it's not set in concrete, is it? I mean, one race it's you driving, next it's me.
Oh, listen, that wouldn't work. Race meetings are limited, you know. They only take so many entrants. We have to go for track record, we've got to build on that.
Yeah? Well, if that's the case, then I'm driving.
Oh, yeah, why?
Because I'm the best driver.
Oh, come off it, I'm part of the motor, I am.
Yeah, the brakes.
Rubbish.
Look, Mark, I know you set the whole thing up and your mum would give us a car cheap. But come on, fair dues. Don't automatically put you in the driving seat.
Oh, yeah, well, who says it does? I'm making a claim on the grounds of my flair and my skill.
Oh, do me a favour, you're knackering that gearbox, you've got no judgment.
Judgment? I thought you were driving a bus.
Oh, listen, pal, I was geared up for bangers while you were
still in your pram. Well, you're not what you were.
Oh, don't talk daft.
Listen, you don't see the miles per hour. You see your mortgage. A bloke like you can't face the risk factor.
Oh, baloney.
All right, then, you and me. Against the clock, that's the first race. Best time wins. How do you fancy it?
Oh, when's next car practice?
No idea.
Oh, you left early last night, didn't you? Do you have other plans, you and young Jenny?
Not really. Went out to Rita's and watched a bit of telly.
Oh, very cosy. You're well in there, are you?
Friend of the family more than out, yeah.
Mind you, Jenny's a sweet kid, isn't she? You know, I didn't like being a teenager, me, though.
Look, about this car practice. I'll be trotting down to the garage this afternoon. I can ask Mark.
Mark? He's hardly out of nappies. Didn't you see him pestering me? Didn't give nobody else a chance.
I know, yeah. I could have sworn you were with Curly.
Curly? Well, there's another nuisance, slapping his sign on me. No wonder you went.
Yeah. Well, I've got to go now and on. Ta-ra.
Shy lad, isn't he?
Him? Not a blush for the cat.
I'm talking deep down. Shyness is nice. I like a shy lad.
Shucks, you on about me again? Aren't you happy coming out in sport?
And you're about as shy as Jimmy Tarbuck.
No, I'm real bashful, me. A girl like you could tie me in knots.
Why should England tremble?
G&T, please. Right. Has Mike Bowen been in?
Oh, he's been and gone.
Heavens, did he say where?
No, he's made an announcement. Probably be on the news.
Look, you better cancel that G&T.
Well, Abby.
Look, now, Betty. The customer's always right. Civility costs nothing. They've learned that lesson in Spain.
Look, they dash in, they dash out, and I've already mixed this drink here.
You what? Put it on the cold tray for her till she comes in again. Customers.
Now then, Tiger, watch your temperature, relax there, Vic. I'll tell you what, when we get them towels on, we'll have a nice little siesta.
Hey, nothing too energetic. Still suffering from jet lag.
I'll stick a carnation
Where?
behind me here, and we'll count the takings.
Well, I'll get daft.
Out to tell me, have you?
I beg your pardon?
Any visitors, any calls, or am I still out?
Not a blind one. I take it you found him, though.
That's none of your business.
Well, I'm sorry I interfered in your love life, Alma, which I know comes second to none, but, well, you were feeling rough and you were in your dirt.
In me dirt? What are you on about? When am I ever in me dirt, as you call it?
Not very often.
Well, what would it matter anyway? I mean, it was only a phone call.
Oh, the wonder returns, thank the Lord. Can I go on my dinner break now?
Christine, I'll just have a little less of your lip if you don't mind.
Flipping heck, can't I speak?
Not until you're spoken to, child. And you forgot to curtsy.
Now listen, you pair. I just want to get a few things straight.
Hey, up, can a bloke get a bit of service round here? Are you going to stand yakking all day?
Now, look, if you are talking to me, mate, I'll just have a little... Oh, my.
Great line in repartee, I must say.
Oh, so you shouldn't just creep up on people, should you? We've had a rather difficult morning in here, haven't we, girls? And I'm still feeling a bit poorly.
So you won't fancy a bit of lunch somewhere then?
Oh, I think I could manage lunch if it was something light.
Seafood restaurant?
Oh, very funny.
Well, the car's outside when you're ready. You look fabulous. You see, girls, it can be done. A hard morning's work and she still looks glamorous.
It's a gift. Hey, what about our dinners if she's on Skype again?
You go. I'll hold the fort.
Oh, I'd scrag her, I would.
What, and spoil a beautiful friendship? No, it's all footwork, though. Science and footwork. Mind you, being born on muggins helps. Yes, lads.
Hello, Ken. It's Deirdre.
Oh, hello, love.
Listen, something's been nagging at me.
Oh?
It did sink in, did it, what happened at the meeting last night?
Well, of course, yeah, you tell me. I commiserated.
Yeah, and then you shot off to bed a bit sharpish. This morning you were gone while I was still in the shower.
Busy day, we're going to print. So, what's the problem?
Well, it occurred to me. Your mole, he was at that meeting, wasn't he?
I thought that topic was barred.
Oh, I'm not asking who he is, just was he there?
Well, that would narrow the field a bit, wouldn't it?
Look, Ken, what's all this nonsense in aid of? To get you a story. Well, do you want a story? A really good story? The sort of story you should be printing instead of all this tittle-tattle?
Of course.
Right, meet me for lunch then, the wine bar in town. I've been branded a mole. I might as well be one.
Sound a bit edgy, love.
Oh, must be the line. Why should I be edgy? Is that definite then? The wine bar, 10 minutes?
Okay.
Come on, say the word.
There's no way to choose.
Stop you two arguing.
I'll go for it to save the peace.
But we settle it on times.
Yeah? And how do we sort that out when we get down to it?
Down at the waste ground. Martin there with a stopwatch.
That's a bit risky, innit? Both of us going like the clappers.
Well, listen, if you've not got the nerve...
Listen, Mark. Needham is not going to win the argument, so pack it in.
Right, Kev's got a point, hasn't he? I mean, it's not a matter of being a daredevil. The test will be the racing.
And what does that take but nerve?
Okay, I'm no expert. All I'm saying is, being a madman, it'll get yourself hurt. Now, do you want me to toss this coin?
Yeah, go on.
Who's calling?
Heads.
Heads? Right. It's tails.
Go on, toss again.
What do you mean? It's tails. I've won.
Be your age. It's best out of 3.
Oh, come on. This is crazy.
Oh, come on. You're one up, aren't you? You ready? Heads, even Stevens.
Oh, stop this. Give it him. How does this prove who's best driver?
Well, Mark, whoever wins this gets 3 races. If he does now, then we'll swap.
But we settle it on times. You against the clock and me against the clock.
It's up to you, lads. We haven't even got insurance for that like
That's
that.
what bugs me. I mean, anything can happen on there. You can tip that car over, you know,
look,
just like that.
It's no worse than a race, you know.
It is. You're on a track. There's stewards, there's safety precautions.
Oh, yeah, so what? Of course there's risks. But if you're scared stiff from the start, why
You
bother?
say that once more, Mark.
No, you're screaming how brave you are. Prove it in the motor. Prove you got the bottle where it counts.
Right, monkey. You're on.
This is the last resort, Ken. This is where they come when there's nowhere else. Cardboard City. That's the headline name for it, isn't it, for these places? And it's not just derelicts, Ken. Tramps, vagrants. It's kids. Not much older than Tracy.
Yeah, I agree. It cries out. More should be done.
That's right. People should be told about it, shouldn't they? Or maybe you think folk can't take too much misery.
Not from a free sheet, I'm afraid.
Not your kind of story, eh? Too direct. Too much like rubbing the community's nose in it.
Maybe.
But this is the grim reality, Ken. This is why we need that hostel.
Yeah, I know that. It doesn't take much working out.
So why not tell people about it? Like Percy Sugden.
Because I'm not a crusader, love. Not anymore.
Nor am I. But I know how desperate things are, so I stick my hand up and I say yes.
Well, I should hope so.
And what do you say?
Yes, but I'm not a campaigner. I don't do editorials.
No, you print rumours, scare stories. Here come the bogeymen, dossers on the doorstep. Watch out, folks.
You're getting a bit hysterical.
But do you wonder? I mean, are you happy with what you're doing?
In for a penny, in for a pound. This is our living, Deirdre. I don't make the rules.
Claptrap, Ken.
I honestly didn't think people would be so bitter against you.
They get bitter because they care.
But this won't go on, you know.
This will.
One story in the paper that you haven't leaked and you're in the clear.
Thanks for nothing.
Anyway, you've made your point. And I got a pretty busy afternoon ahead. Shall we get back?
No, you go. I'll walk.
It wasn't an act, you know. I mean, I wasn't trying to evade your tricky catching. Oh, even now, when I think about oysters, I go, really?
Oysters, oysters, oysters. Look in my eyes and think of oysters.
Oh, please. No, I really was ill. I mean, it wasn't something psychological or stress or something. I mean, if it had been, I'd have got hiccups.
Pardon?
No, I'd have got hiccups. It's a family thing. I had this distant ancestor. His condition was chronic. He finally went west. You may have heard of him, actually. His name was Wild Bill Hiccup. No, I'd have been all yours if it hadn't been for those evil oysters.
giving the game away a bit, aren't you?
Oh, come on, we're not kids, and, well, given the competition I've got.
Competition?
Oh, come on, own up. I mean, none of your girlfriends is going to be lonely.
Not if I can help it.
No, I mean, she's part of a string.
Oh, yeah, I've got stables in Newmarket. But you knew the grim truth.
Grim? Well, that can't be the word.
All right, then pathetic. How does that sound?
Unlikely.
Wounded, then. Kicked in the teeth where it hurts. By a person who cherished. 15 years younger than me and as hard as nails. She got rid of our baby. Anyway, that's history, and as someone said, history's for the birds.
Well, if you'd like to talk about your history to this bird.
You know, you're great, you are. When they made you, they broke the mold. But no hiccups, promise?
Oh, no, stack of Bibles. There is just this one other little family problem I've got.
Well, I'm glad it's all over the daft pair of back. Oh, I'm looking forward to my own bed.
Yeah, well, Bet ran a right bill up, you know, when she was living upstairs. I mean, jars of this, jars of that, fags.
There, you want to catch Alec while he's sweet. Oh, Mr. Robertson needs steroids to catch him.
I lose Betty. Oh, fish a stick up! Do you know, lad, when they took Itmar off, you lost a right good job. What's Itmar?
Itmar, you know Itmar. It's some radio show from the dark ages. Mr. Roberts, he remembers all the jokes from it.
Huh?
We've got through, Martin. It is a shop, you know.
Oh, I'm not buying, so. Listen, I don't wish to spread alarm and despondency.
Why not? Everyone else revels in it.
No, seriously. It's Mark and your Kev. They're at each other's throats.
Yeah, well, that's not fresh, is it?
No, I know that. It's over who drives this banger, and they're planning a chicken run.
What?
You know, where they find the cliff top, drive at it full speed, first one that jumps out's the chicken.
Oh, yeah, no, I think I've seen the film. James Dean still lives, I think. What are you talking about, Martin?
Well, I blame Nigel Mansell myself. They're both after his job. They've decided to have a contest. The fastest man round the circuit. And the thing is, they're getting so hot-headed about it, Sam. Well, someone could get hurt, couldn't they?
A fortnight. Northumberland. You know, Adrian's flipping wall. Pitts and Scott's running round in the war paint. Malta, you lucky pig.
Sorry I sprung this one on you, love. Been in my diary for a fortnight, but what with one thing and another.
Well, maybe it's your turn. Maybe you'll get chucked out.
Oh, I'm pressed. If they want their splash, they have to treat me like royalty.
Lucky for some. Mind you, I reckon getting chucked out's first prize.
What? Master Builder's annual dinner? I shall be interviewing, selling space and dancing till the small hours. How's the long face, then?
Have you ever felt you were carrying the can? I mean, if you could put yourself in my place just for a minute.
Look, we went over the pros and cons this afternoon. Not that we haven't covered them umpteen times before.
It doesn't seem to sink in, does it, Ken? I was drummed out of an important meeting last night. I don't know where I stand.
It'll blow over, it's bound to.
How? Oh, why won't you tell me?
I gave my word. In any case, you weren't drummed out, you volunteered to leave.
I never said that.
You never said what?
That I left off my own bat.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
I didn't. So how do you know?
Isn't that obvious? Anyway, look, I really must be going now. Now, don't wait up, I'll probably be late.
Which one of them was it, Ken? Sitting there watching me get the treatment, knowing it was down to them.
Bye, Tracy.
Oh, love. What must you think of us?
All this and then Northumberland.
Well, there's nothing like planning ahead, is there? Pardon? Come clean it. We're all a plot. This kerfuffle, this divorce stuff.
A plot?
Just to get you down to the travel agents. I think I'll try that with Alpha.
You're not joking, I hope.
She's not.
Of course I am.
Bye, Audrey. It's a good job we know you.
You're on your Todd again, or are you living in Oaks?
Just having a swift half. If you've got dough money, why not blow it? That's what I always say.
Well, if you fancy hanging on, I could maybe get off early.
Am I being propositioned here?
What do you reckon?
Well, I reckon you're playing with fire, Sina. See, I'd only toy with you. One night of ecstasy, and your reputation will be in ruins. Martin Platt's cast off. Could you face that? Sarah?
Fast little twerp thinks he knows it all.
Kids haven't got a clue. I don't know why you bother.
I'm still young.
Can you credit it, Percy? A woman like that cradle snatching? I mean, you can't send a lad to do a man's job, can you?
Yeah, dodges like that in the naffy. All recruits had to be protected.
I've not a flinched.
You? Oh, they'd have eaten you for breakfast.
Well, I can imagine so faced with your porridge. Easy, be nice on toast.
Oh, come on, man, grow up.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, love.
Fancy a brew?
Oh, parched.
You're getting hard when you're all day.
Debbie's dad drop you round?
Yeah, in his company limo. Be dead interested in Northumberland. They're going to Malta.
Lovely.
Mum, did it really upset you? This thing at the committee?
Well, it didn't make me day.
They're right creeps, aren't they?
Who are?
Snotty types, them who lay the law down. We've got six farmers who think they're God.
Well, it wasn't exactly like that, Trace. Apart from being a snitch, they think I'm two-faced. All social conscience till it comes to my street, my property values.
It wouldn't be an headline, would it? You getting shut out. Dad wouldn't print that, would he?
He'd better not.
Here you are. It's gone 8 o'clock, Ken. You didn't stand cold twice over.
Oh, sorry, love. Been working on the timing.
Well, where's Mark?
Oh, he went 10 minutes since.
I believe that you two have been falling out.
We had a few words, yeah. Nothing nasty.
Martin reckons it's over who's driving.
That's right.
There's going to be a test, he says, and the fastest gets to drive.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit risky, like. I mean, Mark's going to be driving like the devil, and I'm going to be doing my utmost to match him.
What, just you against Mark? Do you think that's fair, Kev?
Well, we tried tossing for it. We couldn't agree. The only other way was voting, all them with shares. And how would it look if you voted for me?
I'd vote for myself.
Come again?
I'm telling you, Kev. If there's going to be a time trial, I want my chance.
But you're a novice, so you've been in the car once, it's foot down, getting round the bends.
Great!
It's about speed, Sal.
It doesn't frighten me. I'm having me crack, Kev. So you and Mark had just better watch out.
What you say, dear, is that you'll be vindicated. Councillors will be queuing up to apologise.
Hellfire, Ken, and you're in newspapers. Have you ever known anybody queue up to apologise, let alone councillors?
Well, let me put it this way. Any person with a scrap of self-respect will apologise when they see today's recorder. And if that doesn't include your fellow councillors, well, I'd say that's a reflection on them, wouldn't you?
Look, don't get clever, Ken, please.
Look, I'm not being clever, love. I'm stating the facts. You are innocent of leaking information, and today it's going to be proved that you are. So, if they don't then apologise, well, I just don't think much of them, that's all.
Look, most of them would say it served me right for being married to somebody who cares more about selling papers than he does about his wife.
That's rather hurtful, Deirdre.
Mr. Roberts, what do you reckon to someone who hasn't even passed the test yet, going in for a Grand Prix race?
Shut up, Kevin. How much are these beans, Mr. Roberts?
30p.
No, seriously, Mr. Roberts, what do you reckon?
What do you mean driving?
Banger driving, Mr. Roberts, it's different.
Who, you?
Yeah, well, why not? There's no law against it. Anyway, I won't be racing. It's just a time trial.
You must be cracker.
She reckons she's better than me and Mark.
I do not. I just want me fair crack, that's all. Let's assume that you and Mark will be any good. What makes me so useless?
You better be careful how you answer that, lad.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna.
Anyway, there's plenty of very good lady drivers about these days.
Oh, I?
Yes.
I've never seen one, mind. Hey, I'm only kidding, love. No. You go ahead if you want to do it. You'd never get me in there, though.
We couldn't get you in there, Mr. Roberts. There's not much room behind that wheel, you know.
That's 60p, and any more cracks like that, it'll be 70p.
No, it's Mr. Baldwin I want to speak to. No, I said, no, it's personal. All right, I'll hang on.
Can you tell me why, with 3 people working in a near-empty cafe, I'm stood here like a gatepost waiting to be served?
Because as you can see, Mr. Sugden, there's only 2 of us at work. Now, what's it to be?
Tea and tea cake, please.
Toasted?
Yes, we won't take till Sunday.
It won't.
But yeah, well, when will he be back? Well, where is the meeting? Well, it's hardly classified information, is it? Look, I just want to know when I can speak to him. Oh, suit yourself. Please, please, if there's anybody up there, don't let me get like that, please.
It sounds to me like you're a victim of a busybody. Somebody's forestalling just for the sake of it. A lot of people like that. I mean, what would it cost that person just to tell you what time he was going to be back?
Well, it's that old crow who works as a bookkeeper for Mike. I mean, she's always like that when I call. I wouldn't be too surprised if she wasn't a bit jealous, you know. She's probably got one of these fantasies of her and her boss strolling arm in arm into the sunset.
You know, if I hadn't already ordered, I'd walk out of this cafe after that remark.
Tea, Mr. Sugden.
Thank you very much.
Right, you can start by putting some brake shoes on that, and while you're at it, check the steering.
I can't wait to be giving you the orders.
I'll give over.
What do you reckon, Martin? At the moment, see, I'm his mechanic. But when I'm the #1 banger driver, well, he's going to be mine. How do you reckon he'll handle role reversal, eh?
He won't, because it'll never happen.
Oh yeah, you still think you get a chance?
Listen, pal, I was geared up for banger racing while you was in the nursery. There's no way you're going to win that time trial.
Listen, the only way you'll win is if you fiddle the clock, and the last one home buys a beer.
Yeah, well, I won't be last one home. Even you won't be last one home.
Oh yeah, how'd you work that out?
Sally.
What?
Sally's having a go.
Sally?
Sally Mansell, aye.
She's not even passed the test.
Doesn't worry her, she reckons she's got a stake in the car, she's entitled.
Well, she'll save your face. Second's better than last.
Put it this way, she might just save your face, pal.
He's next to it, he's going to fiddle the clock, you know.
You're getting boring now, Mark. Go and do the brakes.
Whoops, sush my mouth. Listen, do you need a timekeeper for this then?
Yeah, cheers, you can do.
How much are you going to pay him?
Brakes!
No, I've been phoning and phoning. It's like trying to get through to God. I mean, he's surrounded by angels.
Well, he's a busy tycoon. I mean, meetings and such.
I mean, you don't think he's trying to avoid me or anything, do you?
Oh, why should he?
Oh, no reason. I mean, last night was heaven, but I mean, you can't help worrying, can you? I mean, we didn't actually arrange anything when he left.
Nice meal.
Lovely. He can cook as well.
As well as what?
I mean, you don't think I'm pushing too hard, do you?
Well, I think you should. I mean, too many people play hard to get. I mean, let him know you're keen. Let him know where he stands.
Do you think?
Well, at least then, if he doesn't come round, it won't be because he doesn't know. It'll be because he doesn't fancy you.
Thank you.
And make it worth my while and I'll diddle the clock tonight so you win.
I don't need to cheat. My talent's going to shine out.
Go on, sir. I'll give us some off these shelves. A few tins of overpriced beans would do me.
I heard that, lad.
Ah, but would you have heard me if I'd have been serious, Mr. Roberts, eh?
Look, are you in here for a purpose or just to pass the time of day?
Well, a bit of both, really.
You know, it's getting more like a social club in here every day.
Well, it's serious stuff, you know, this time trial. It's getting like iron in that garage, you know. Someone will be copying for a span around the head before tonight. I'm joking.
I hope you are.
Anyway, you'll be all right, Sal, so long as you lose. But if you win, I'll keep your crash helmet until you get home.
Oh, bye all. Bye all.
Did you come in for some shopping?
No, just for a chat. Anyway, I've got to grab a quick dinner because Gail's getting herself in a state back at the cafe. Goodbye, Audrey.
Bye, Alma.
Hi, little girl. Want to come for a ride in my car?
Don't do that.
Where are you going?
I'm just going to my dinner.
What, to the Rovers? Hop in, we can do better than that. Don't want to sit around in the Rovers on a special day like this.
Why? What's special about today?
You come and have lunch with me. That's what's special. I'm not in any rush, are you?
Oh, no, I've got all the time in the world.
Well, what do you fancy then? A country pub, a wine bar, good French food?
Oh, do you know, I don't mind anything.
Tell you what we do. We go to the golf club. How do you fancy that?
Yeah.
Mind you, don't know what the food's like and a chance to try it.
Oh, well, I have.
You don't sound too keen.
Well, I wouldn't say it was wonderful.
All right, enough said. We go to the country pub. How do you know, anyway? You're not a member, right?
No, I'm not a member, but I have been there a few times. I do play golf, you know.
You're joking.
No, I do. Why?
Is there no end to your talent?
Oh, come on, you're probably streets ahead of me.
No, joined a couple of months ago. Still got the old plates on. Well, this adds a whole new dimension, doesn't it? We'll have to play around sometimes.
Deirdre? You there, love?
What are you doing back on publication day?
Specifically to put your mind at rest. Here,
What am I looking for?
page 4.
Oh, you find it, Ken. You know what you're looking for.
All right, come on through and sit down. Right, you ready? Under the heading, New Site for Hostel. The Weatherfield Council Planning Committee yesterday took a U-turn on the proposed homeless people's hostel scheduled to replace the community centre in Coronation Street. In a secret session, it was agreed that a more appropriate location would be the former almshouses on Westover Road. No reason was given for the change of heart, though a source revealed that hostility to the scheme from Coronation Street residents was a factor. Councillors were keen that the proposed new site should not be made public in the near future for fear of causing a similar reaction with residents in the Westover Road area, etc., etc. Well, how about that?
Are you trying to scupper the hostel from Westover Road as well?
Deirdre, this vindicates you, for God's sake.
Okay, yes, it might do.
There's no might do about it. You were not at that meeting. You could not possibly have leaked that story to me, so you are not the mole. Finish.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you'd be over the moon. I mean, you're clear, don't you realise?
Yes, it looks like it.
Deirdre, I don't expect you to jump on the table, but you could at least smile.
All right. So I might be cleared. But the fact remains that you are still my husband, and you are still openly dealing with someone who is spying on the council. So I don't know where that puts me. And the larger issue, as you well know, is that there are homeless people who are less and less likely to get a hostel with every story you print. I'm sorry, Ken. I'm just not in a smiling mood.
Well, I thought about going around the boutiques, you know, and offering my services. There's half our year doing that already. I just don't want to be kicking my heels until my exam results come.
Well, why don't you go away on holiday?
Nah, I can't afford it. Anyway, I don't want to leave Rita on her own.
Oh, that's very noble of you, Jenny.
Well, she's been good to me, hasn't she? Here, do you want one?
Oh, yeah, thanks. And give me some energy for tonight.
Oh, aye, yeah. Hey, I'm going with Martin to cheer you on.
Oh, don't expect too much of me, will you?
Do you know what? I'm dead jealous.
I'm going to be useless. As long as I get round in one piece, that's all I care about. But why Mark and Kev should have all fun?
You know what? You know, you might surprise yourself.
I haven't even passed my test yet, Jem. You should have seen Kev's face when I told him I would drive him.
But he was dead sick, weren't he?
You are not kidding.
Anyway, I'll be rooting for yourself.
It's good fun though, isn't it? What's up with you?
No time.
I should have treated you for that.
Oh well, it's the thought that counts.
Get away all right?
They can't stop me walking out of the building, Ken. But you'll do me a favour if you don't ring me at work, okay?
I never give my name, Wendy.
Ken, I'd assumed you never gave your name. But I don't like it. There's enough suspicion around at the moment, as you can imagine.
That could be your boyfriend, anything.
Quite enjoy all this, don't you?
Yeah, don't you?
The bit I enjoy is seeing it in the paper. And hearing the howls of anguish from councillors who had their little secrets let out. What I don't enjoy is this bit. I feel like a school kid. That I'm going to get caught playing truant.
Have you seen today's recorder? And?
It's what was said.
But where does it leave you? I mean, it means that Deirdre can't have leaked it.
No, but there are still people who could.
And you still feel able to continue?
Yes, I'm not that exposed. And I'm glad it's cleared Deirdre's name. I felt very sorry for her.
Is she very much the black sheep there?
Oh, yes, her name's Mud.
Oh, well, that's all over now.
I'm surprised she's still speaking to you after what she's been through.
I just think that deep down Deirdre understands what the issue is. The accountability of councils to the public is a fundamental requirement, plus it outweighs any particular items of policy.
Yes, Ken. Sells newspapers too, eh?
Christine, have you got 2 10p's?
Hold on, yeah, I think so. You know you said you wanted a job?
Yeah.
Well, stick around, I'll be dead in a week. You go.
What are you talking about?
Oh, there's too much work. Oh, so you need someone? We've got someone, but she's never here. Oh, well, look at that talk of the devil.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, Gail, honest, but you would not believe what happened.
Oh, I would, Alma. I'd believe anything.
No, I mean, I just ran into him in the street. I mean, suddenly there he was. I mean, he pulled up in the car and he asked me out to lunch. I mean, well, I mean, you can't refuse, can you?
You can't, can you?
Well, I mean, who could? Oh, I mean, Gail, we had a lovely lunch. We had breasted chicken in a beautiful white wine sauce and just half a bottle of champagne between the two of us because Mike was driving. Do you know, I cannot believe that this is happening.
I can't believe this is happening.
No, I'm sorry I missed the dinner time, Gail.
Dinner time? Alma, it's 4:05.
No, I know, and I'm sorry.
You're worse than useless. I mean, you're absolutely worse than useless.
Yes, well, I mean, you can't blame me,
Sick
sure.
of carrying you, Alma. Every day there's something else.
Yes, well,
you never
I'm
do
here
a
now.
stroke.
I'm here now.
What for? We're nearly empty.
Yes, well, I mean, that's not my fault.
Alma, why don't you just admit it? You don't work here. You've no intention of working here. Now, why don't you just pack yourself off and let me hire somebody who will?
Christine. Gail's been under a lot of pressure recently. You know, she's suffered a lot and she's not over it yet. So do try and be a bit more helpful, will you? I'm just going to wash my hair.
Look, I've seen the report. And surely you must know it isn't me that's been doing the leaking.
It looks like that.
Look, it isn't me, George, I promise.
Deirdre, I know what you must be feeling, but I've got a meeting with the chief executive now. Look, I'll be in touch.
But where does that leave me?
I'll be in touch.
You're not nervous, are you, Sal? Jenny, when I finished, if I go on about what a great time I've had, just smack me in the mouth. You'll be great, Sal.
Yeah, Jenny, out the way, out the
Remember,
way.
Sal, 2 laps only. 2
Ready?
laps.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Go on, good speed.
For the race driver, she left a good note with her.
Hey, shut up, you. She's doing great. Go on, Sal.
Hey, why are you shouting for that? Because I want to back before it's dark. It's my turn next. Come on, number 7.
Go on, Sal.
Hang on, watch, will you?
Go on.
And it says spacing up Herbert. As Sally Fittipaldi makes an attempt on the world lap speed record.
And husband Jerry waits to show her exactly how it's done.
Yeah.
Go on, Sal.
It's 175, says there.
Cheers, have one yourself.
Oh, you're a gent, what are you?
A gent. Right, here's to tomorrow.
To tomorrow. What's tomorrow?
Audrey, this is a woman of my dreams. Not only is she good-looking, vivacious and single, she plays golf.
Go. Don't worry, love, we all have our faults.
What could be better, eh? 18 holes out in the sunshine with someone you like, then a few drinks afterwards, and... Shall we sit down?
I don't believe a flipping word of that, do you?
Oh, I don't know. I could see her on the golf course. She looks the type to me. Little trolley, designer trousers.
Maybe showing her how to play, that's what, you know, arm around her, showing her how to hold her stick.
I can think of worse ways to pass the time.
Can't blame her though, can you? I mean, at her age, she's got to grab it where she can. Last chance saloon.
You know, it saddens me. Here you are, a single woman. You've got your health, you've got the whole of your life in front of you, and what do? Wasted, stuck in a public house.
And I bet I know what the next words you're going to say are.
What?
When I were your age.
That's right. When I was your age, you never saw me with a glass in my hand.
Ah, well, you were too busy bashing Hitler, weren't you?
Apart from that, we thought something of ourselves. We made something of ourselves. Now, you'll excuse me saying this, but your generation...
We haven't the gumption we were born with.
That's right.
See, you're a swell little devil Percy. Watch him, Tina. Jam the birds out of the trees.
She does very well, doesn't she, Tina?
Good enough.
No, what I mean to say, it can't be easy, can it, with Ursi, for a girl of her age?
Well, barring storms and pestilence, I can't think of much worse. Although on second thoughts.
You know, it's like a morgue in here, it really is. We're never going to pay for Torrebellinas off this little lot.
Be Betty. It's grand to be home.
Come on, Sally Hale.
Hurry up!
Put down!
Turn it now, where are you going?
Sally Mansell, yeah!
How did I do?
Well, just hang on a minute, Sally. I'll consult the calendar.
3 hours 20.
Sal, you did great, really great.
Well, I got round anyway, didn't I?
Yeah, you did twice, and I could have walked it faster.
You can laugh, just wait until it's your go.
Well, it's 3 minutes 32 seconds you got there, Sally. You ready, Kev?
Sal, you did really well, honestly, you did.
Oh, well, I won't win, Jenny, but who cares? I really enjoyed myself.
What's Matt, you the knife now?
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Be careful!
You're right.
Hey.
He's driving like a madman.
What an idiot! Stalled it!
What's going on in here? Try turning it on, Kev!
Confusing.
Careful!
Mum, can you help me sort out my things for holidays?
Oh, it's a bit soon, love. We're not going just yet.
Yeah, but I haven't got any clothes.
For July in Northumberland, all you need is your bikini.
Haha. Oh, please, Mum.
Oh, all right. Come on. Let's see what we can find.
Oh, who's this?
You go up. I'll see who it is. George, come in.
Thanks. Could I have a word, Deirdre?
Of course. This is an unexpected pleasure.
I'm only here for a second. I just wanted to make myself clear.
Tracy, be up in a minute, love.
You always say that.
Go through. Ken, this is George Burgess. You've heard me talk about him.
Yes, indeed.
Hello there. Very quickly, Deirdre, I felt I couldn't speak this afternoon.
Sit down, George.
The atmosphere in that place is fraught.
Look, would you like me to leave?
No, really. Though I don't think anything I say will be worth a headline. I think you're owed an apology, Deirdre. Well, clearly you are, and I apologise. Clearly it isn't you that's been leaking council information to that newspaper. If we'd all been cleverer, we'd have seen it was too obvious.
Thanks, George.
Though I do think you're compromised. I think it might be worth you and your husband sorting out between you where your loyalties are.
Well, as far as you're concerned, my loyalties are to the people of Weatherfield.
That's interesting. I thought that was where the council's loyalties were as well.
Agree, that's where the council's loyalties should be, George.
Ken.
I think the mistake you're making is to confuse sensitivity with secrecy. No one wants hostels in their backyard. But we have to have hostels. The area needs hostels. If proposals are leaked as soon as they're made, then nothing will ever get off the ground. Anyway, you don't need me to tell you that. You know what you're doing.
I think ratepayers are entitled to full information on every issue.
Yes, I thought you might say something like that. Deirdre, I've said what I came to say. Oh, and Peter Reynolds wants to see you at 3:30 tomorrow. Ring if you can't make it.
I'll be there.
I'll see myself out.
And thank you ever so much, George.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, Deirdre.
What did I tell you? You're completely vindicated. I'll put the kettle on.
Well, as far as George is concerned, anyway.
Oh, you see the way he took that bend then? Anyway, it would have been a canal, wouldn't it?
Hopeless.
Better than you were, Ken.
Go on, Mark.
You can't judge me on that. I wasn't used to the handling.
No, neither was Sal, but she didn't conk out.
Yeah, anyone could go down at 3 miles an hour, Jenny.
Oh, you're just jealous, Ken.
Oh, he's got some pace down there, didn't he?
He's not going to make that bend.
He's done it, he's
I
done it.
think he's not going to do it. All he had to do was get round and he would have won. What an idiot.
Put it there, Sal, the best man won. No,
She's flipping stupid. She hasn't won.
Of course she has.
Don't be silly. You can't count that. Neither of us got round.
Yes, but Sally did, didn't she? I thought that was the point.
Don't be stupid.
But I've won, Kevin.
You haven't won. Anyone can do what you did.
Yeah, well, you didn't, did you?
Listen, Sal, you're not racing.
But, Kevin, that was the whole point of all
Oh,
this.
come on, Sal.
It was. You went round 100 yards and conked out and clever clods can't even keep on the track.
Sally, you can't count that.
Shut up, Kevin. I won, so I'm driving.
Sal, come on.
You can't count that. She can't count that, can she? She's stupid.
Kev, best man won, eh? So
Oh, now, Gail, if you want an hour off this morning for shopping or anything, you just go right ahead, okay?
Well, I weren't planning on doing.
No, but I mean, if you do decide, that's fine. I mean, I don't think either of us should feel we can't just step out of that door.
Ah.
Pardon?
I don't suppose you're planning on popping out at all, are you?
Me? Oh, well, now you mention it, I had thought I might just make myself scarce once the dinner time rush was over. I've got a golfing date, as a matter of fact.
Golfing? You play golf?
Yes, well, I don't see what's funny about that. I mean, when I used to play regularly, I had a handicap of 18.
18 what? That's what I was wondering.
Oh, no, I can see I am talking to the uninitiated. Never mind, suffice it to say that I can get round a golf course without making an absolute fool of myself.
Not even over Mike Baldwin? I take it that's who you're playing with?
As it happens, yes. And I'm sorry if I just have to have a tiny weeny bit more time off, but I mean, if you do want to go out this morning...
I don't, thank you.
Well, don't forget I offered.
You're soon back?
Yeah, I dropped Tracy off and I thought the office could wait. Only, I couldn't talk while she was here. I do love you, you know.
Well, I'd assumed you did.
So I'm not getting any pleasure out of the thought that I'm the one that's landed you in hot water with the town hall.
Oh.
Because you're worried about your meeting this afternoon, aren't you? With this chief executive character.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly looking forward to it.
Well, what can he do?
Do?
Yeah, I mean, if he's stupid enough to believe that you're the one who's giving me the stories, what's the worst?
Read me the riot act? Bar me from attending council meetings? Or else there's still that old pair of stocks in the marketplace. I mean, you might put me in that and let folk throw tomatoes.
Yeah, but this chief executive, that's the town clerk that was, right?
Yeah.
Well, then he doesn't have any actual authority over you, does he? You're on the council because you were elected.
And I was elected because folk trusted me.
And still do.
Oh.
Look, you were not at that last meeting, so the story I ran cannot have come from you.
So who did it come from? You can't tell me. Have to protect your source.
Love, please. Look, the last thing I want is to give you a hard time. I mean, what your colleagues think about me, George Burgess made that quite plain when he came round here. I don't give a damn about that. But I don't want this coming between us.
And is it?
You see, I thought it was all sorted, that we'd drawn a clean line. Me as a journalist, you as a councillor on one side, husband and wife on the other.
Maybe this house is just too small for all four of us.
You know, you go out with a bloke for a bit of fun. Now tells. Before you know where you are, they're making plans, talking about your future.
Oh, I know. Well, I remember.
Why do they have to be serious? Why can they not just accept that not every relationship has to end up at the altar?
Jacko?
What?
Are you going to answer this young lady's questions? What is it about men nowadays that they can't buy you a drink and a bag of chips without expecting to slip a ring on your finger?
Well, she's going for the wrong age group. I mean, if you think about the older, more mature sort of man, them as know how to treat a woman, you know. No, I'm telling you, a man doesn't come to his prime until, what, 38, 40? Until then, it's all an apprenticeship, isn't it? Now, who would you rather go out with? The apprentice or the master craftsman?
But the tea need on his hands that. Hello, love. Do you want a cup of tea?
No, thanks, not right now. I thought I'd go out and have a little walk. How are we for change?
I think we're all right.
But the trouble with most of these master craftsmen, they're all married, aren't they?
Well, it's not like being in prison, you know.
Excuse me, we are planning on opening sometime today.
Don't worry, love, it's all in hand. We're just giving Tina some advice on her love life.
Oh, I see. Well, my advice would be keep it well outside working hours. I'll see you later.
Ah, guess you can say. Bye. Right, gang. Tow that barge, lift that bale.
Look, why don't we have a night out, eh? Together, me and you, like.
And Vera, you mean?
No, just me and you.
What would we do?
Well, we could go for a drink. No, a meal, eh? A meal somewhere posh.
Sounds great.
When's your next night off?
But I couldn't.
Why?
Because you're saying it out of pity because I've been moaning about the lack of fellas.
No, I'm not.
You're very kind and I appreciate it. But I couldn't take advantage.
Jacko, crates still want shifting in the yard.
Right, I'm coming.
Go on, get off.
I see Ken's taking quite an interest in council affairs these days. Some of the stories in that paper of his.
Meaning he's getting them from me, I suppose.
No, I'm just saying...
All that business about the community centre being turned into a hostel for the homeless, that what you're on about, is it?
Well, that was one story.
Yeah, well, he did not get that from me.
No, right.
I'm just nipping round to the cafe, Alfie, love.
have a word with our girl.
Do what you like. I'm saying no more, me.
Oh, bye, all.
Bye. Word with Gail. She's having a council of war meeting with Alma Sedgwick. That's what she's doing. She's trying to lure Mike Baldwin into Alma's clutches. You don't know how much these are, do you?
38, love.
I don't know what women's seen in myself, unless it's all his money.
I'm sorry, love.
Mike Baldwin. He's all big smiles, isn't he, and shirt cuffs. Oh, I couldn't fancy him in a month of Sundays, could you?
Well, no accounting for taste, is there?
Oh, I suppose not.
Congratulations, that's very commendable.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm chuffed myself.
Yes, well, I always like to see a young man making something of himself. Have you heard about this, then?
What is that, Mr. Sugden?
This young man has just had the good news as he's passed his, what is it?
Higher National Diploma in Business Studies.
What do you think about that, then?
Yes, well, that's very nice, I'm sure. Oh, Audrey, I was hoping to
Take no notice of her. She's got that few brains, she can't appreciate anybody else using theirs, whereas I can. You see, I've always thought you'd make something of yourself one day. Yeah. Even though you have taken your time about it and your appearances against you.
Gail, love, I'll just be 5 minutes. There's something I want to get your mother's opinion on, right?
You all right, lover?
Yes, I'm fine.
You know what I'd do if I were you?
What would you do if you were me?
I'd sack her. Give her the cards for taking too much time off.
We're supposed to be partners.
Anyway, how can I sack her? She owns the place. Well, I'm not saying it'd be easy.
Yes, Mr. Sugden.
I'd like to pray for my coffee and tea cake and also for this young man's over here. You know, I said I'd treat him because of his examination success.
Well, then that's 80p for you. And Curly's makes £3.15 altogether.
It can't be.
You had the full breakfast before you came in.
Very nice.
Well, I mean, it weren't cheap, but I thought, well, this could be a very important game, could this?
Oh, I shouldn't worry. Looking like that, you're halfway there already.
No, all I'm worrying is, I mean, should I play to win? I mean, I don't want to bruise his male ego. I mean, you know what men are like.
Oh.
I mean, if they set out to impress you, then you turn out to be better at something than they are.
Don't tell me. Do you know, I once played Alfie at Crazy Golf. Never again. He got all steamed up because I used my feet to get the ball round a couple of awkward corners. Kept telling me I was holding my stick all wrong. I said, honestly, Alfie, love, you hold your stick the way you want and I'll hold mine the way I want.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not quite the same game, is it?
No. Mike isn't quite the same as Alfie either, is he?
No, not a lot. But, I mean, what would be worse is if I let him win and then he knew I'd let him win.
Oh, he'd take that as a real insult, honestly. Still, if you do beat him, Alma, I am sure afterwards you will find a way of letting him assert himself.
Can't think what you mean.
Where's your mate, then?
Ivy, she's gone home to see how dog's getting on. She reckons it'll be having pubs any time.
Why don't you leave it alone and stop fussing? Let nature take its course.
Like you did when I were of an artillery, you mean? You left me on my own. From what I can remember, they're to dig you out the bucket to tell you were a father.
Do you know, Vera, I've never known anybody hold a grudge as long as you. You just never let go, dear.
I have a rule. I never go out with married men.
Funny enough, I've got the same rule. I never go out with married men, neither. Look, I wasn't talking about these two pals going out for a night out. I mean, what could be behind that, eh?
No, because we're not going. Yes, Curly?
2 halves of bitter, please.
You're looking happy today.
Well, I got my exam results this morning. Let's be honest, love. You only got the fastest time because me and Mark made a mess of it. Doesn't mean you're the fastest driver.
So what does it mean then?
Well, in a way, it means you was the slowest. I mean, that's why you got round and we didn't, because you went that slow.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Well, there's a big difference as well between going round an empty playing field and racing round a track with loads of other cars to worry about.
Especially if you're going as slow as I was, Ken.
I just don't want you to hurt yourself. That's all I'm thinking about. I don't want you to have an accident.
But I'll be going round track that slowly.
Yes,
I won't be able to hurt myself.
but all the other cars won't be going round that slow, will they?
You sure you don't want anything, Sally?
Yeah, thanks.
Cheers, girl.
Cheers, mate.
Here's to you. Hiya, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, well done, Curly. Hey, now that you're so highly qualified,
It's not that high.
Well, it's for round here.
I wonder if you could solve us a little problem.
Oh?
You've got 3 drivers, right, and you're in a time trial. Now, the fastest one round this track turns out to be the slowest driver. Now, can you explain that to me?
Orange juice?
Yeah, you do sell them, don't you?
Not to you normally, no.
I would like an orange juice, please.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Do you ask all your customers why they're ordering what they're ordering? I mean, what sort of a pub is this?
Oh, hang on, you're playing golf with Alma?
I am playing golf. Who with doesn't matter. I just don't like to drink before then.
In case you lose control.
In case I lose. Now, you're going to give me that orange juice, or are you refusing to serve me?
Look, you could choose where we went. It wouldn't matter the cost.
Why? I'd be paying, wouldn't I?
No, I would. I would.
Yes, love.
Oh, it's ever so good of you, Emily.
Oh, it's no trouble. I shall be here for when Tracy gets back, and it just means you don't have to worry about how long your meeting goes on for.
I don't know why I'm getting in such a state about it. I mean, I didn't give Ken his blessed stories. I'm innocent.
Yes.
And why do I feel guilty? Why can't I just walk in there and say, look, I did not pass any information on to my husband, and if you don't believe me, you can get knotted. And then there's Ken. Oh, I just don't think he realises, and this is what really amazes me, I just don't think he realises the position he's putting me in. Or else he doesn't really care. Oh, I'm sorry,
No, you must speak your mind, and I hope you'll speak it to this chief executive as well.
Anyway, they can't put you in front of a firing squad for treason anymore, can they?
No.
So what am I worried about?
You mustn't worry about anything.
Yeah, with any luck, the other councillors will lynch me before I even get in to see him.
Ladies first.
Oh, no. If we're going to play, we might as well do it properly. Right, a minute. Heads or tails?
Heads.
You have the honour.
All right, if that's what you want.
I don't suppose you fancy a little side bet, do you? Or do you think it might be too much of a risk?
Well, you sound pretty confident. What you got in mind?
Well, let's say whoever wins decides where we have dinner tonight.
You're on. What's your handicap?
Oh, 18. What's yours?
14. All right, then. Yeah, to do the start. Now, I suppose you're going to show us how it's done, are you?
Deirdre.
Oh, hello.
I'm glad I've seen you. Listen, I want to apologise. What I did, having you excluded from that meeting.
Are you perfectly within your rights?
Yeah, well, the flaming story got out anyway, didn't it? So obviously, I was way out of order. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I mean, it was never personal. It's just that I can't stand it when we're flogging our guts out and being undermined by someone who can't keep his mouth shut. I mean, you start getting paranoid, don't you? Suspecting everybody.
I was beginning to suspect myself.
Well, if anybody else does, you send them to me and I'll sort them out, okay?
Thanks, Steve.
Who is it, though? I don't know. I haven't a clue.
Me neither. Anyway, I'll see you later.
Hello.
Hello, Wendy. I didn't expect to find you here.
Standing in while Angela's on holiday. He's got somebody with him at the moment, so if you wouldn't mind waiting.
Oh, right.
He's expecting you, so it shouldn't be too long.
Good.
Family all right?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
No, I'm afraid it's you to play again, Mike. It's nice and quiet here, isn't it? I suppose people can't really afford to take the afternoon off sometimes, like us, can they?
Yeah.
Oh, go on, I'll give it to you. Nice par, Mike.
Yeah, well, I was hoping to get a 4.
Yeah, well, let's see if I can be lucky twice in the run.
Yep.
Oh, another birdie. Not doing badly, am I?
Yeah.
I hope you're not going easy on me just because I'm a member of the weaker sex.
Not anymore, I'm not. I promise you that.
Deirdre, sit down. I'm sure you've guessed why I needed to speak to you. This newspaper of your husband's seems to have had its own hotline straight to somebody on our Housing and Social Services Committee.
Yes, but...
Which is not you. I know that.
Oh.
Well, unless, of course, you're going to tell me it is.
No, no.
Couldn't be, could it? You were excluded from the last meeting, and the story still leaked out. Do you know who it is?
No.
But there is somebody. But your husband's just not guessing, is he?
Oh, I gather there is somebody, yeah.
Which means it's my duty to find the mole. I'd like to think you'd be willing to help me.
Why? Because it's my husband who's publishing the stories?
Yes.
You're asking me to spy on him?
Spy? Well, that's a bit melodramatic. We're not MI5. But it's always possible that you might overhear some arrangement he was making. They'll all come across some name that rang a bell. I mean, look at it like this. You wouldn't be spying on your husband so much as spying on somebody who's spying for him.
Subtle stuff.
I forgot. Do you want some tea?
Costed you something, this dog of yours, you know.
Oh, this is now. You want to see the vet's bills?
Well, I'm glad I'm well out of it. That lot's £2.75.
So you're formally relinquishing all claims on this dog, then, are you, Alf?
Yes, I am. I told you. Why?
Oh, no. Just wanted to show us, that's all.
You think these puppies that she's expecting are going to be worth something, eh?
Alf, look. Do you want to stump up half for the dog food? And for the vet's bill? And for all the other bits and pieces?
Do I, Eckers like?
Well, then. Sounds like you got a party going on.
Oh, women. Their whole life's a party from what I can gather.
So I closed the cafe. I mean, Alma can play golf, so I can close her.
Oh, come on. Look, I suppose Alma's got to seize all her opportunities.
But what opportunities do you get playing golf, except the opportunity to bore yourself to death?
It's a well-known fact, Sally Love, that when businessmen play golf, they talk business. So when a man and a woman play, well...
They talk business as well. Alma, do me a favour.
Oh, come on. Now, you're just riled because she's not pulling her weight in the cafe. But honestly... the sort of game that Alma's playing, she's going to need all her concentration.
Oh, now this is the bit that I find the most difficult, adding up.
Well, we're no need to bother with that, really, had we, eh?
Oh, come on, we weren't that far apart. Wait a minute, 90 I think I got. That handicap of 18, that gives me 72. Do you want to check it?
No, you always were ahead of me, weren't you?
Oh, come on, now, what have you got?
Too many.
Oh, no, come on, let's see.
All right, look. 94, right? 14 off, leaves me 80.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not good, is it? Mind you, you got me on an off day. And you did play very, very well.
Oh, thank you for being a very gallant loser.
Right. It's your choice where we go and eat tonight. If I was you, I'd sting me for somewhere really expensive after that performance.
Well, I think we ought to have a little drink here first.
Yes, I could do with one.
And then I know somewhere very, very exclusive.
Anywhere you like.
What do you mean nothing happened? How can you be at school all day and have nothing happen?
Well, it didn't. It was just normal.
I don't know. Try and talk to your kids.
I know.
May I leave the table?
Yeah, have you finished?
I have. I'm going upstairs.
What about your day?
Well, it was a bit like your daughter's.
Nothing happened?
Not as I expected it to.
But you went to see the big white chief.
Yeah.
And?
He accepted that I couldn't have been the one leaking the information because I wasn't at that meeting, the one you got your story from.
Good. Very good.
And, what about you? You'll still be using your mole, I take it?
Don't like the word mole.
Oh, whatever you like.
Sauce.
Sauce.
Well, if there are stories that I think should be told, I'll still be telling them, yeah.
Uh-huh.
This chief executive, he called you in just to tell you you're in the clear. I'm glad that he did, but it strikes me he must be stuck for what to do with his time.
Well, we did, talk about something else as well.
Yeah?
But I don't think I can tell you about that bit.
Not wearing my reporter's hat.
Even so.
Right, so it's steak, veg and baked jacket potato, OK?
What, no oysters?
No, and no throwing up either. Do you know, I shall never touch one of them again, not as long as I live.
Well, I think they made it a night to remember.
Do you do much cooking? Well, I suppose you must fend in for yourself.
I'll get by, as long as it's not too fancy, you know.
So you like the bachelor life then, do you?
Well, it's what I'm used to, isn't it? I mean, there was a couple of years of marriage in between, but, oh, that was disaster.
So you've no plans for the future?
Oh, yeah, dozens of them.
Oh?
But they keep changing, don't they? I mean, what to do with the business, where to live. I suppose it's having nobody but myself to think about. I keep wondering, well, why aren't I doing this? Why aren't I doing that?
But I mean, you've got no particular plans at the moment.
Oh, yeah, I have. And who knows? This time I might see them through to the end.
Oh, well, you know, I'd better see to them steaks. We don't want another culinary disaster, do we?
You know he's passed his exams, this lodger of ours. It must be the academic atmosphere of your house rubbing off me.
He's done very well. I've already told him he should be proud of himself.
Yeah, get that down, you love.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Duckworth.
What are you going to do now then, Curly?
Well, I thought I might take a bit of time out, you know, enjoy life.
That'll make a nice change for you. 158. Yeah, it does right.
I'll be back at closing time, but I just want to see a couple of artists.
Try not to come back looking depressed. You know what you like.
I will.
Oh, did you know Curly's passed his exams, Mr. Gilroy?
Yeah. Congratulations. Yes, I'd offer you a drink, only I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Look, I'm only telling you because I don't want you to go in for it and fail it. Do you?
Care by yourself.
Oh, yeah. Quite a better, please, Jack. And what do you want? Nothing? Right, just a pint then, Jack, please.
You all right?
I am, but she reckons I deliberately don't want her to go in for a driving test just so she can't drive the banger.
Kevin wouldn't do that, Sally.
Oh, she's talking.
Not to you, I'm not.
OK, not to me. So go on, Curly, ask her what she wants to drink.
What do you want to drink, Sally?
You know you look like a wet blanket, you do.
Thanks.
Oh, cheer up. Job you've got, you should be life and soul, not a wet blanket. What do you say, Percy?
You know, if I had your job, I'd regard it as a golden opportunity to study human nature. The faces you must see at this side of the bar.
Yeah, I think that's what's getting me down.
No, I know what it is. It's a love life that's not up to scratch. Mind you, there's not many golden opportunities stood round this bar.
Do you mind if I go and join Kevin and Sally, Mrs. Duckworth?
No, of course not, love. You want to be with your mates, don't you? Hey, but the one thing that did occur to me.
Yeah?
Well, and it's a good job, you know, that Shirley left you. It gave you more time to study, didn't it? How do you want to pass your exams if she'd stayed?
Oh, I never thought of that. Thank you very much, Mrs. Duckworth.
Can your Vera lip read?
Lip read. She can barely manage normal reading if it's out of the comics.
You know what you were saying about taking me out?
Yeah,
For a meal, somewhere nice?
yeah.
OK, you're on.
Do you mean it?
Of course I mean it. My next night off.
You won't regret it, kid. You won't regret it.
See, that's better. Costs not to smile, does it?
Hey, where are you going? It's only 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't know you were such an early riser.
Well, I thought it'd be a good idea, darling. Get out the way before your staff start getting there. Make their eyeballs pop seeing me going down your stairs this time in the morning.
Oh, yes, it would. Well, thank you for being so gentlemanly and worrying about my reputation.
It wasn't your reputation I was thinking about. Joke. No, I've got to go to Leeds this morning, see a customer.
Oh, would you like a cup of coffee or anything?
I haven't got time, darling. Not even for the, or anything. It's all quiet out there. Cool, not much of a view, is it?
No, it's like your flat. Everything that's worth looking at inside, isn't it?
You know, I thought of doing something about that. You know, getting somewhere a bit bigger. You might as well stay in bed.
Oh, it's not the same somehow. Will I be seeing you?
How does 1:30 for lunch in a Rover suit you?
Oh.
Be good.
It's 8:30, Dad. We ought to get going. I'll be late.
Bags of time, yeah. You clean your teeth?
I'm not a little kid, Dad.
I know that. All the same, have you?
Not yet.
Oh, by the time you have, I'll be ready to set off.
Ken, that meeting I had at the town hall yesterday with the chief executive.
What about it?
Well, it wasn't just so that Peter Reynolds could tell me I was in the clear. Like you said, they accepted that it wasn't me who was passing on the confidential stuff. But seeing as it isn't me...
I'd still dearly love to know who is giving me the information.
Peter Reynolds has asked me if I'll find out.
You wanted you to spy on me?
Well, that's what it amounts to, I suppose.
Oh, it's a bit dirty, don't you think?
Yes, I do. But at the town hall, they think that what you and your mole have been up to is pretty dirty and all.
And are you going to spy on me, I mean?
No, of course I'm not. I think there's enough strain on our marriage as it is. I mean that, Ken. You might not be able to see it, but from where I'm standing, we're in trouble.
Come on, Dad. Let's get going.
Yeah, right.
I thought you was giving up this college lark anyway.
I have in theory. I'm just going to go and see a lecturer and have a chat about job opportunities.
I wish I'd have had your chances when I was a young lad, you know. Could have gone a long way, not short of brain.
Well, what stopped you?
What stopped me? The old eternal handicap. The ball and chain we call woman. Well, I say woman, I mean the wife. You know.
Ah, like the Venus flytrap, you mean?
Eh?
It's a beautiful flower that attracts flies.
Doesn't sound a lot like our Vera, that beautiful flower bit. Mind you, she just attracts flies.
You know, I was just studying you two as I was coming along, and from the back, I couldn't tell which of you was the oldest. And now when I look at you from the front, well, it's hard to say which of you is the best looking.
You're right, little raver there, Curly Top.
Forget it, mate. She's just a tease.
A tease? Give over.
Aye, see ya.
A tease? No way.
Morning, Jacko.
Morning.
Right, that's our happy little band, all present and correct. I'm a fix for a soft-boiled egg.
2 for you, Tiger, if that's what turns you on. I shall fetch you 2 a cup of tea when I've brewed.
Right.
This is the time of day I dread, you know, when you leave me on my own with Jack. I just don't trust myself. I go all light-headed.
Feel free, love. Alec doesn't mind you going light-headed, light-fingered. That's all he's bothered about.
In any case, Jack won't try and take her lunch, and she'll be too busy working down the cellar, won't you, Jack?
Aye, boss. Look, I don't mind you having a bit of fun and taking the mickey, you know, but just remember one thing. I am not one of your spotty teenagers.
Yes, I had noticed.
I've been around. I've took up shaving, you know, my voice is broke.
What you on about?
Any woman who plays games with me, sweetheart, is playing with matches.
What are you getting at, Jack?
We've got a date tomorrow night, right?
So?
So don't change your mind, because you like my fuse, the explosion's gonna follow, you get me?
Bacon sandwich, please. Get along crispy side.
Right.
I'll give you a shout.
Yeah, love.
Hi, Don.
Hello, love.
Toast.
Have you got any sandwiches made up?
Ham and tomato or chips.
Yeah, I'll have one of each. I'll eat mint cab as I'm going. Yeah, you're busy, I see.
And you can see who's not here. Alma Sedgwick.
Mind you, I mean, Mike wouldn't want all and sundry knowing his business, so, I mean, this is confidential.
Oh, of course. Come on, you know me.
Right, well, after we played golf, we just took it from there.
Whining and dining. Where'd you get to this time?
My place, quite right in.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know how it is. You lose sense of time, don't you? And what with, well, one thing and another, well, we didn't say goodnight till 7 o'clock this morning.
You don't mean... You mean... Stop.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, okay, Mr. Roberts.
What's this?
My driving lesson. You said I could have an hour off this morning for my lesson.
Oh, blimey, did I?
Oh, come on then, if you're coming.
Well, it's very inconvenient, lad, you know. Oh, go on then, if I said you could.
Oh, well, thanks, Mr. Roberts. You're an absolute angel.
I know I am. Hey, don't bump into anything. Audrey, love. Audrey.
Oh, what is it? I'm talking to Alma.
Yes, I know you are. I wonder if you could come and help me, you know, see I'm struggling on my own.
Oh, listen, slave driver.
No, look, I better go. I've got to get back to the cafe. Look, I'll tell you the more interesting parts later.
Oh, no, hang on. Listen, I'm just going to walk Alma back to the cafe.
Audrey?
No.
Audrey, I need you here.
Oh, honestly, just occasionally, Alfie. You ought to be able to manage without me.
Occasionally?
Have you?
That's our love. You'll be buying me this then, will you?
Don't talk wet, Vera. Get your money out.
Do you know, when I think I used to ply me with drink before we got married, you couldn't pour enough down me then, could you?
Yes, I was an ignorant youth before we got married. I know better now.
Oh, aye. It's the poor man's public school, you know, marriage, Jack. Certainly gives you an education.
Well, if you think that, Tiger, it's time you sat your examination.
You're talking about I pass with distinction.
Well, on your theory, maybe, but what about your practical? Yeah, well, they've changed, don't they? I mean, look at him. He was a lot taller, you know, when we first got married, weren't you? Admit it.
I don't want to discuss it, Vera.
Taller, were he? Yeah, good inch. You must have worn him down.
Well, if he's going shorter, we've something to look forward to. One day he could disappear altogether.
Like the Incredible Shrinking Man? Hey, it's a good name for our Jack, that. The Incredible Shrinking Man.
Take no notice of all this, you know.
Oh, I weren't listening. Were you really taller?
What you're listening to is the ravings of a woman who was never appreciated her look.
I bet she doesn't really understand you.
That's it, exactly.
I had a feeling it would be.
Look, Tina, I really want to take you out, but we've got this problem, you see.
Have you got cold feet?
No, we haven't got...
You know some fellas are all talk.
Not me.
So what are you then, action man?
Hey, if he's trying to borrow money off your Tina, I'll tell you now you won't get it back.
No, he's not after me handbag, Vera. He wants me to run away with him.
Good. I'll pack his case for him.
Now you mean? Well, I could, I suppose. Yes. All right. Yes, I know the place you mean. Bye. Hi.
I didn't expect to see you till tonight.
Well, no. I spent most of the morning brooding about what you said at breakfast time, you know, about the state of our marriage, and thought perhaps we could have a bite at the Rovers.
Fine, I'd like that.
Oh, no, hang on. As I say, that was my intention, but something's cropped up. I have to go out again.
What, that phone call just now?
Yes. Yeah.
That was your informer, wasn't it? Don't lie to me, Ken, for God's sake.
Oh, yes, all right, yes, that was my contact. We have to have a meeting, like I say, something's cropped up.
I see. So everything else, you, me, what's happening to us, all that has to take a back seat.
I really have to go now. I'll see you tonight, love.
Hiya.
Hello, love.
Yeah, Don. If I said to you, follow that car, what are you fixed?
You mean... Oh, give it over, well, yeah. You had me going then. I thought you meant it for a minute.
Yeah, so did I.
You all right? You seemed a bit nervous on the phone.
I am. I can't help it.
What's the trouble? Something happened?
The witch hunt's in full cry at the town hall. I suppose you know they had your wife in yesterday?
Yes, of course. She's off the hook. Which makes life a touch simpler all round.
Well, not for me. They thought they knew who it was, your wife. Now they know it isn't her. The hunt's on again.
Right, well, I can't talk here. Let's go and have some lunch.
In Weatherfield? If anybody sees us...
No, not in Weatherfield. Somewhere out of town. And Wendy, just relax, all right?
I'm sick of it, Emily. All the lying and the suspicion and the nasty remarks.
Surely the other councillors... Well, I mean, they trust you again now, don't they?
I don't know. They accept that I'm not the one who's been passing on the confidential stuff.
Well, then.
Yeah, but I'm still guilty by association as Ken's wife.
Oh, that's unfair.
It's human nature. And apart from that, they probably think that I know who it is who's been passing the secrets on, but I won't tell because of Ken.
Do you know?
No. That's the worst part of it.
Oh, well, back to the sweatshop. See you, Vera. Yeah, ta-ra, love. Hey, Jack. But why don't you put your face straight, eh? It's enough to turn the ale sour looking at you.
Do you know, if I had my way, I'd have you barred from this pub, leaning on the flaming bar, watching me working.
Working you, that's a good one.
It is very off-putting, Vera. I don't come over there watching you flaming sewing, do I?
No, because you'd turn all faint, you, watching some proper work done. Hey, listen, when you knock off here, there's a sink full of pots we're washing at home. You're right.
I've flushed you out. You're just another henpecked husband.
I'm not henpecked.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Our Vera's got nothing to do with our problem, you know. The problem
We can't move for empties under us feet. Get them shifted, Jack.
Lift that flaming bar, tote that bale.
Oh, hiya, Mr. Baldwin. I'll be clocking on the dot, you know me.
Inside out, Vera. Inside out. Oh, hi, Emily. Any problems?
Well, nothing vital. The fabric suppliers rang, said there might be a day or two's delay on delivery.
That could be a week. I'll give them a prod later.
There are some checks to sign, Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah, I'll do those later. I've got to get a bit of lunch.
Right. Did you mention lunch?
I did. Take that in for us, will you? Mind the car?
If you want to wriggle out of our day, then it's all right with me. Just don't start moaning that I never give you a chance, that's all.
Listen, the problem about our date is it's your night off, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? Now, it's mine, not my night off. I'm supposed to be here, aren't I? That's what the problem is. I'm working on it.
Hi, kiddies.
We'll have gin and tonic for Alma and a large scotch, please, darling.
How's Alma then?
Never better.
Hey, this shifting and lifting is a dodgy game when you've got a bad back.
Oh, you've got a bad back and all now, have you? Great.
Famous for it, lovey. Gets the draw with you.
Oh, no, we're not talking rubbish here, you know, Arnold. I mean, this is a class act.
Come here.
Just hang on a minute. Hey. No, as I was saying, it's a class act I'm offering you here, Franco and his disappearing hamsters. You what? Who told you that? No, of course he doesn't really swallow them. Arnold, that act does not put the punters off. Your sales of chicken in a basket will not plummet. No, of course it's not cruel to the hamsters. It's the best animal act since Murphy's educated chickens. You never saw them? Well, I feel sorry for you. I do. I'll tell you this much. I wish some of the human beings I employ were as smart as Murphy's educated chickens or Franco and his disappearing hamsters. I'll have to ring you back up.
Oh, me back! Me back! Oh, me back!
What the devil are you playing at, Jack?
Oh, I've really done it this time, Alec. Oh!
Devil, did you get all these on top of you?
Oh, hey!
We were only carrying 3 when you walked past me. How come you're underneath all this lot?
Oh, I must have fell funny. Oh,
come on.
Hey, you know, I said I was thinking of changing the flat and getting something bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought of looking at those places down on the dock, you know, by the water.
Yeah, they're supposed to be a yuppie's paradise, aren't they?
They don't have yuppies up here. Yuppies! That's what they have. No, seriously, I thought we'd go and have a look. I reckon there's something special.
Yeah, well, there's a special price and all, I bet.
Well, it's only money, isn't it?
Alec.
Look, Jack, if I just pull you straight.
No! Industrial accident. Oh!
Industrial? What are you talking about? Industrial accident. It was a slip in the backyard, not watching where you were going, that's all. There.
Do you know when I went down, I'm sure I felt something snap.
With your braces.
I don't wear braces, Alec.
Well, I'll get you scotch, that'll put you right.
That's it. A bloke with a duff back is no use to me.
Bob's clever.
Hey?
This is how I'm going to get the night off in it. You're not dealing with a flaming idiot. Oh!
Here.
Oh!
Are you all right, Jacko?
Of course. Thanks for the scotch, Alec. I feel a lot better now. You know, the pain seems to have... Oh!
Cup of tea, Mr. Sugden.
Would,
Something else?
you wouldn't have a slice of nice ginger parkin, would you?
Parking, no. Sorry, Mr. Sugden. Come again on bonfire night.
How about Madeira cake? Oh, no, you better not. Even if you had it, it wouldn't be any good shot bought. How about Barrabrief?
Come again?
It's a fruit loaf, only Welsh. Beautiful stuff. I can give you a little tip about that, too. You pour a cup of cold tea into the mixture, it keeps it nice and moist. It's my own recipe, is that, given to me by my Auntie Hilda.
Oh, Welsh was she, your Auntie Hilda?
No, she was Lancashire like me. Come on, you don't have to be Irish to do a jig.
Oh, dear. Oh, Gail, I'm sorry I'm a bit late.
A bit late? Alma, you went out for dinner. It's now 4 o'clock.
Yes, but I mean, you know how it is. I mean, one thing just led to
Still got
another.
the recipe, you told me.
It's just not fair. I mean, me and Christine, we've not stopped.
All right, Gail, all right.
You do a bust of a good homemade batter breeze. I could supply you with it, you know, if you're at all interested.
Look, we're having a conversation here, Mrs. Sugg. Do you mind not interrupting?
I'm not the interrupter, I'm the interruptee.
Look, we just have to try and be a bit more flexible, that's all.
All this rowing and aggravation, I can't be doing with it, you know. How do you stick it?
I don't know, Mrs. Stugton. I don't think I'll be able to for very much longer either.
Hello, love.
Hi, Dad.
Homework?
No, it's project. Nearly finished. And when I've done this, no more till after the holidays. Can't wait.
Yeah, it was all good to get away for a while.
Will it? Problems will still be here waiting for us when we get back.
Plenty of bitter, please, Jack, and sorry.
Bit of lemon, please.
Right. Oh, dear. What's up? Bit of back trouble.
Oh, it sounds painful, Jack.
For them as haven't suffered, lovey, they just don't know. I was talking to a nurse once who had back trouble, and she reckoned compared to this, childbirth were a doddle.
All this wincing and gasping, it's all a try-on, you know.
Now, come on. You said he wouldn't turn in for work tonight, and he did.
It's all kidology. Nothing that man does is straight. He's that twisted he could hide himself behind a spiral staircase.
Hey, give over you. Look, he's suffering. I told him not to bother coming in tonight, but he insisted on dragging himself here.
That's right, I was there.
My Alec thinks everybody's like himself. Devious. Yeah, well, it's cruel to expect him to work when he's suffering.
Yeah, it'll look bad if you have to claim for an industrial injury, Mr. Gilroy.
Look, nobody's forcing him to work. Jack?
Hang on, boss, I'll get there as fast as I can.
Listen, am I forcing you to work?
Are you weckers like? No, you know me, I wouldn't let anybody down. Yes, pal.
He would have a claim. You know, like, if he were no use to me. Like my conjunctional what's-its-name. So you think I'd be able to claim?
Oh, I don't know about that, Mrs. Duckworth. I think you'd have to ask a solicitor.
Well, I could come.
What's all this talk about claiming? Of course, you know, I'm beginning to suss Duckworth's little game out now. He's going to try and force people into believing that I made him work when he really wasn't fit. But we'll soon put a stop to that. Jack?
Yes, boss.
Get off home. And don't come back here till you're fit enough to work.
How will he manage?
We'll struggle through somehow.
Oh, that's great. Do us a favour, when he goes this week's wages, because if I've got to send her a follow, I might never ever see him again, you see.
Yes, all right.
I'll just go and sit down, boss. Hey, we're on flour.
It'll cost you, you know. I'll not settle for fish and chips.
Don't worry, the job's a good one. 7 o'clock, your house, tomorrow night. Hey, I've had to work very hard for this night off. Oh.
I'm going round to Lynn's for an hour, okay?
Be back by 9 o'clock, though.
All right. Bye.
Bye, love. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's fine. I had a rather substantial lunch.
Who with? Your council mole?
Yes, it was, as a matter of fact.
You know, when you went off to meet that bloke, I had this sudden impulse to follow you. Don Brennan was outside with his cab. I could have done. I could have trailed you. I hate feelings like that, Ken. I hate the secrets. I am sick of living with this wall between us.
We can handle it, love. It's just one small compartment of our lives that we have to keep separate. Because you're a counsellor and I'm a journalist. We just have to live with it.
I can't. I know you say it's not about us personally, but it is. We can't shut it off. It's hurting us, Ken. We can't have these no-go areas.
I'd love to tell you everything, love. Everything I'm thinking, everything I'm planning. I don't like having secrets from you. But you're the one who makes me keep the secrets, because if I told you who my mole is, you'd go and blow the whistle.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, I'd like to be able to tell you, but you'd have to promise me, dearie, that it would go no further.
Oh, you've got it.
You sure? And it's quite a burden to carry a secret like this, as you well know.
I'm sure, Ken. Look, I don't mind keeping secrets from other people. It's secrets between us I can't bear.
All right. It's not one of your fellow councillors. It's Wendy Crozier.
Wendy? What, you mean the secretary?
That's right.
Oh, you're kidding me, Ken. Wendy? quiet little Wendy sitting there scribbling away at a shorthand. Oh, come on, Ken.
I'm glad you find it hard to believe you didn't suspect her then.
Not for a minute.
Good. So now you know. I know, and you know. But nobody else, Deirdre, as you promised.
I wish I hadn't.
But you did.
Yeah.
Going in here?
Are you going at Rovers?
Yes, love, I said I'd see Don in there. You know, have a bit of dinner with him.
Oh, I think I'll nip home, see how Jack's going on.
Oh, back's so bad. Not working yet, then?
Is he? Yeah, it's like. He's no use to man a beast, him, when his back's playing him up. I left him in bed this morning. Mind you, he's useless in bed now when his back's bad.
Don't tell me, Vera, you put me right off my dinner.
Yeah, well, I think I'll go get him something to eat from the shop. I might see you later.
All right, love.
Do you know, I've been struggling half the morning down that cellar.
Oh, Jacko's still badly then, is he?
Aye, so he reckons. I'm too soft, you know. That's my trouble. Who else but a soft-headed employ a cellar man with a bad back?
You want to watch yourself with them barrels, Tiger. Jacko always reckons it was them that first did his back in.
Nah, it's all codology.
No, fair dues. He looked bad yesterday. I think he was suffering.
Suffering? He weren't suffering that much. He forgot about his wages, were he? Do you know, he got me to pay him a full week's wages when he went off sick.
Did he really? Hey, you don't think he's working a flanker, do you?
Hiya, kid. Listen, I got you a tin of beans for your dinner. What are you doing?
Does it look as if I'm doing, Vera?
I thought you were poorly. I thought your back were crippling you.
Ah, well, that was a little non-de-plume, you see. A stunt for the benefit of Alec Gilroy. And I fooled him good and proper.
Yeah, you fooled me and all. Do you know I thought you were really suffering? You lying toad.
What's up with you?
What's up with me? In bed last night when I asked for a cuddle. Oh, no, I'm in agony moving.
Oh, no.
You rat.
No, hang on, Vera. I mean, be fair, I had to deny myself, didn't I? I mean, even though I fancied a bit of that there, I had to save myself, didn't I?
Save yourself. For who?
Not for who, don't be daft. For the snooker. That's what this back problem's all about.
Oh, well, you've lost me now. Snooker. What snooker? I mean, what you talking about?
At the Legion, I'm in the quarter-final. I'm only 2 matches off a nice little cup on the mantelpiece, you see. Look, it's tonight, isn't it? I knew, you see, Alec Gilroy would not give me the night off. That's when I got my little back problem.
Do you know you're a right crafty article?
Well, you've got to be in love when you're a wage slave, otherwise you get exploited somewhat rotten. Here, I'll tell you what, while you're ironing my shirt there, I'll go and open your tin of beans.
Ah, right, hello.
Tina, can you stick us half in there?
Certainly.
Hey, listen, it's your night off tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, look, there's a dance on down at the college. I don't suppose you'd
I'm
like...
sorry, I'm already spoken for tonight.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
She's taking her time with them hot pots, isn't she?
Well, there's no mad rush, is there?
Oh, yes, I want to go and see how Lucky's going on before I go back to work, love. She could have them puppies any day now.
I had a look at her before I came over here. Happy as Larry, she is.
Oh, she's going to be all right, darling.
Look, stop fretting yourself. There's lots of dogs have puppies in this world without any help from you.
Hey, Curly, lad.
Yeah?
You're still lodging at the Duckworth, aren't you?
I am.
Well, how's Jack today? Any sign of him coming back to work?
Well, I saw him this morning. He said he was going to rest up and build up his strength.
Did it?
Doesn't sound very hopeful to me.
No, me?
How are you fixed, Tina? I know it's your night off, but with Jack not coming in...
I'm sorry,
I mean,
Alec, I've got a date.
I could go time and half.
I can't, it wouldn't be fair to the fella.
She must really fancy this bloke. He must be something special.
So you'll be taking your jacket off tonight then, will you, love?
Hey? Oh, the snooker. Yes, yeah.
Hey, how do you think you go on?
Oh, I fancy my chances tonight, Vic. Do you know, I think it's going to be my night.
Fancy another cup?
Oh, no, thanks, not for me. Do you know, I still can't get over it. Wendy Crozier, of all people. Quiet little mouse with a neat little shorthand at all those committee meetings.
Well, it stays between us, Deirdre, as we agreed.
You don't have to keep reminding me, Ken. I'm not going to blow the whistle on you.
Oh, it wouldn't be me you'd blow the whistle on. It would be Wendy. She could lose the job.
Well, there are some people who'd say she deserved to lose it. Especially those people whose secrets she keeps passing on to you.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Secrets. Wendy doesn't believe in councillors keeping the rest of us in the dark. She thinks ordinary people have a right to know what their representatives are up to, and I happen to agree with that.
You've made that very clear. I take it you don't pay her for the information, then?
Of course not. Money doesn't enter into it.
Ah. Still, you've spent quite a bit on her, haven't you? There was that lunch you studied yesterday. I mean, I'm assuming you didn't go Dutch.
No, I paid, naturally.
Oh, naturally. Where else have you taken her, by the way?
I haven't taken her anywhere. We've met her in a pub twice. Look, Deirdre, I hope you're not getting the idea in your head that there's something going on between Wendy Crozier and me.
No, I don't think that.
No, because if there was, well, I wouldn't have told you who my mole was, would I?
Look, Ken, I've already said I don't think you're up to anything like that. I bet she fancies you, though.
Look, I keep telling you, she passes information to me because she thinks it's in the public interest, and that is all.
Yeah, I dare say. All the same, I bet she fancies you.
I'm going to work.
Thank you. Will you add me up, Audrey, please?
Haven't seen your husband about much lately.
No, well, he's travelling again at present, you see.
Not travelling in ladies' underwear, I hope.
Pardon?
Just joking. No, who was it telling me? It's something very peculiar he's selling now, isn't it?
Peculiar? Certainly not. It's perfectly normal.
Oh, that joke stuff. False noses, jumping frogs, imitating dog dirt and that. Though I can never think who wants to buy that sort of thing myself. I mean, they must be peculiar.
They're just harmless novelties, bring a little colour into people's lives. I mean, Derek's very particular. He'd never associate himself with anything at all untoward.
Oh, good for him.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Oh, mate. Morning, Milt. Give us a packet of my cigars, will you, please?
Have you thought any more about this moving business?
No, not yet. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look at those flats at Weatherfield Docks this evening.
Huh?
Do you know, that's just the sort of place that me and Alf should be living.
Oh, aye. Money, no object.
You ought to get spending it, you know, Alfie. I mean, where's the point of hanging on to it at your time of life?
I bet you get all this stuff from Alma, don't you? She's another one that likes to see blokes spending the money.
No, not really. Mind you, she was in favour of buying a bigger place. In fact, I'm going to take her with me tonight to see it. Yeah, you know, get the woman's point of view. See you.
Bye, love.
That's not all he'll get. He'll end up paying Alma's poll tax if he's not careful.
Oh, you're so romantic.
There you go, lads.
Cheers. Yep, cheers, Curly. Listen, there's a bit of a thrash on at the college tonight. It's supposed to be a good band on. Do you fancy coming?
Can't. Working.
Well, at the petrol station.
Yep. 10 o'clock tonight till 7 in the morning. I don't patrol.
A dreadful way to earn a living.
I know. Look on the bright side, though. More or less guarantees there's no danger you'll ever turn into a workaholic.
Yeah, there's a lot of jobs like that around.
Oh, I do hope we get a slack night tonight.
Slack night? That's no good to us, is it? Me with bills to pay and you with boutiques to keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't want to be mowed out, do we? Not with just the two of us.
Hey, Curly. Yeah? What's the latest on Duck Egg? Any change in his condition?
Well, I don't think he's very well. Not himself at all. I saw him a few minutes ago and he was on about, well, having a bath.
Bath? Jack, don't worry. Be serious. Here, have you been cutting your toenails?
Eh? Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank God for that. Do you know, I wasn't sure what this was when I found it on my bedside table.
Oh, a painful toenail can cost you the match fee if you're going for a big break. Did you know that Steve Davis cuts his toenails before every big match? It was in the paper, that, you know.
Well, I thought you modelled yourself on Eric and Higgins.
Yeah, well, I do. I mean, that's my natural style, isn't it? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, that's your natural style, all right. Well, from what I can remember. Do you know, I don't think I've ever seen you looking as smart as this just to go to Legion. I think you're taking this snooker competition too serious.
Oh, no, V, no, there's no such thing. I have decided it is high time I was one of life winners, which reminds me, can I borrow your car?
What, borrow my car to go to Legion? You'd be rolling drunk.
No, V, orange juice. Oh, now, come on. You know what it's like trying to get down with the Legion? The flipping buses are useless, and I daren't walk because I'm saving my strength, aren't I?
Oh, all right then. Seeing as it's you. Hey, you better look after it.
All right.
I tell you what, I'll come with you. Yeah, we'll make a proper night of it.
What?
I can cheer you on, can't I? Keep coughing, you know, when other fellas taking a shot.
No, thank you very much, V, but I can't let you.
Oh, don't you want me to come with you?
Of course I do, but you know what they're like down at the Legion about women in the snooker room.
Yeah.
They've never forgiven Lancashire Cricket Club, you know, for letting Fergie in. If the Legion ever let Fergie in, which they wouldn't, they'd redecorate the place after she'd been, you know, not before.
Yeah, right. Sexism, that, you know. Mind you, it's a right gloomy all in Legion. Yeah. You go on your own, here. car keys.
You're a little princess. See you later.
Good luck. Hey! Aren't you forgetting something?
What?
Your snooker cue!
Oh, aye. Pre-match nerves, that's what it'd be.
Can't wait till we go on holiday.
It won't be long now. There's sea houses.
What are them?
Farne Islands. We can take a boat trip out and have a look at the seals. And there's a marvellous beach further up the coast at Bamborough Castle.
Right, I'm off.
What's it tonight?
Environment Subcommittee. Well, somebody's got to do it.
Hope we have a fruitful meeting.
It could be. Wendy Crozier isn't the secretary for this subcommittee, you know, so we can talk without worrying we'll be reported.
There's only you know that. Now, for God's sake, don't go telling your pals they can talk without worrying, otherwise we'll put two and two together.
God, I almost wish I didn't know it was Wendy.
Yeah, well, you do now, because you begged me to tell you and you promised to keep it a secret.
Yes. I just get a bit confused occasionally, you know, remembering that council secrets are fair game, but your secrets are sacred. Bye.
Hiya. I was beginning to think you weren't coming.
Why am I late?
No, just a couple of minutes. Well, 25 to be exact.
Oh, sorry, I must have lost track of time.
Aye, it happens. Right, where do you fancy?
I'm mad hungry, are you?
There's nothing wrong with my appetites, darling.
Let's go for a meal, eh? Somewhere nice, I mean really nice. And nowhere around here, eh? And before we set off,
Yeah.
put your glasses on.
You like my glasses, then, do you?
No, I'd just like to know you can see where you're driving.
Fear not, darling. I can handle anything. Cars, women, well, anything. All right, get your seatbelt on. It's going to be a bumper night.
To make 15. The difference between 15 and the key figure of 26.
What do you fancy doing then?
We could go to our house. Right, contestants.
What's so special about your house?
I think it's just lucky, you see. She could have that little puts any day now, here. You must achieve as many right answers as you can in 40
When I want out
seconds.
like that, I usually switch over to BBC Two. Fancy bingo?
Bit late for bingo, aren't we? Anyway, I don't fancy walking in your Jack's took car, any.
Oh, yeah. I hope nobody else saw him driving off. Me and Alec Gilroy could go mad if he knew. I wonder how it's going on.
17-14.
Oh! Our Jack! Oh, if he gets a good start, he'll be well away. Once he gets going, there's no stopping him.
I'll say this, they know how to charge.
I thought it was quite reasonable for a decent place. Oh, anyway, if you begrudge spending money on a girl when you take her out.
Me be good spending money with me. The sky's the limit, kid.
Would you like to order now, sir?
I know what I want. I'd like melon balls and then scampi, please.
Very good, madam. And for you, sir?
Yes, I'll have the same, yes.
Melon balls. And scampi. Shall I leave you the wine list?
What ale have you got? Have you by any chance got Newton and Ridley?
No, sir. We do have a Belgian lager.
Champagne goes well with scampi.
Yes, it would.
Oh,
yes.
I love champagne.
I'll have 2 champagnes.
One bottle, if I might suggest.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Be honest. How many girls have you brought here? A good few, I'll bet.
Never been here before in my life.
Where'd you take your girlfriends then?
Have you got the wrong idea about me? You've taken things that I've said in fun the wrong way. I mean, I just don't chat up all the sundry, Tina. Here, just look at that, Tina. The prices they charge here, you think they'd afford to put a kitchen in, wouldn't you?
Are you kidding?
Of course I am, mate. I'm not just come up from the tater boat, you know.
Nice short meeting, I'm glad to say.
For a change.
I want to work with you.
This flaming mole-hunt that's going on.
Apologising, I
Apologising?
for all those nasty things you said about Deirdre.
All right, I was mistaken. I'm damned if I'll apologise again, especially seeing as it's your flaming husband who started all this bother. Since you got yourself off the hook, everybody seems to think it's me that's giving him his information.
It's not just you that's under suspicion, it's all of us.
Not like this. I'm getting all the flack, all the snide remarks. 2 of my party's so-called colleagues have even written to me suggesting I should resign.
Yeah, well, I know what it's like, remember? But there's not a lot I can do about it.
Ah, yes, there is. You tell your husband he should be locked up for the witch hunt he's set going. And I'm not carrying the can for somebody else's dirty games. Now, you tell him that!
You know why he's suspect number 1, don't you? A few years ago, he was definitely telling tales to the Gazette when he shouldn't have done. That's why people think it's him giving Ken info for the recorder.
Well, it's not. I mean, at least I don't think it is. I don't want to see innocent people getting hurt, George.
No, but like you told him, there's not a lot you can do about it.
Oh, it's lovely, Mike.
Yeah, should be the prices they're asking.
Yeah, it's a terrific view.
That's what I was thinking. Better than the one I've got.
Can I help you at all?
Don't I know you? Dawn. Dawn Prescott.
That's right.
Mark Baldry.
Yes, I remember.
Oh, Mrs. Sedgwick.
Hello.
Dawn used to work for a friend of mine. Well, not a friend exactly, a bloke I knew called Adam Bradley. Really?
Doesn't ring a bell, no?
Well, well, well. What a small world. So you're selling flats for a living now, eh?
That's right. You're interested, are you?
Wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
Well, let me show you around. Shall we start in the kitchen? All right, well, we've got to start somewhere.
We were just saying it's a nice view up here.
That were gorgeous, Jack. You certainly know how to give a girl a good time. And I'll tell you something. I thought you were going to be all talk. You know, all mean when it comes to lashing out a bit.
What, me? Me? No way, kid.
And the night's young yet, isn't it?
The night is young and you're so beautiful.
So what should we do now, eh?
Tell you what I fancy doing, Tina. Going back over the moors, you know, and taking us time.
Yeah?
And then
Yeah?
I'm in the mood for love. Simply because you near me.
Oh, great. I love that kind of thing. Come on, I'll take you to a disco in town where they play all them old ballads.
But what, a disco now?
Good night. Hasn't Sir forgotten something?
Hey? No, I didn't bring a coke in, no.
So, who is she, that Dawn, then?
We'll tell you later. Usual?
Yeah.
Right, gin and tonic, large Scottish wine, please, Bet. Hi, Rita.
Hi, Mike. Alma.
I thought you disliked this Councillor Rafferty, anyway.
Well, I'm not exactly his biggest fan. And he was a swine to me when everybody thought I was your council mole.
Well, maybe good for him then. Find out how it feels to be on the wrong end of the hunt.
But it's not right, Ken. He shouldn't be made to carry the can.
Tell me what you expect me to do about it.
Oh, I don't know.
Right, then put it out of your mind. We're off on holiday soon. It'll do you the world of good.
I don't know if I can go on holiday, not with all this hanging over everybody. Maybe we should cancel it.
Why did you shush me just now?
I'll tell you in a minute. You know that Dawn at the show? Remember I said she worked with a bloke called Alan Bradley? Well, he was the one that half killed Rita.
Oh, I see. And where did this Dawn fit in?
Oh, I don't think she did. No one fancied her, probably had a go at her. Perhaps that was sparked off the trouble in the first place.
What about you? Did you fancy her?
Me? Hardly knew her, did I?
Right, I'm a phone. See if you can get that husband of yours well again, V.
Yes, and if he's not in tomorrow, I shall want to see a doctor's note.
Oh, I'd be really touched to hear you were asking after him, Mr. Gilroy. Yeah, poor devil, he's suffering, you know. I bet he's struggling to get into bed while we're stood here talking.
Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Oh, I love dancing.
Yes, I've noticed.
You just need a bit of practice, that's all you want.
You think that's all I want, Tina? Hang on. Hang on. Get in the back. I'll just move my snooker cue.
Pardon?
Well, there's more room in the back, isn't there?
Who do you think I am? Do you think I'm cheap or something?
Cheap? That's the last thing I'd call you after tonight, darling.
If you think that I would get in the back of anybody's car after one night out, I'm insulted. Who do you think I am?
No. You've got me all wrong.
Take me home now, please.
Jack? Oh, hiya, love.
Hiya.
I thought it were hard, Jack. Had a good night out, have you?
No, not really. I went to this thrash at the college. It wasn't much good, so I stopped off at the Legion for a pint on the way home.
Oh, you went to Legion, did you? How did our Jack go on?
How do you mean?
Well, our Jack went to Legion. They were in a snooker competition. You must have seen him.
Oh, I see. What snooker competition?
At the Legion. Our Jack were in the quarter-final.
Not at the Legion, it weren't. If he was there, I would have seen him. You must have misunderstood him.
That'll be the day.
Tina.
Oh, don't spoil it, Jack.
What do you mean, spoil it? Don't spoil it for me.
Oh, and here's me thinking you understood what makes us women tick.
Well, I did. Well, I did.
Now I'd just like to say thank you for a really nice night out.
Fine, I won't stop you.
So thank you. I need my beauty sleep. I better look a right sight at work tomorrow.
Oh, come on. You're not going home, are you, Tina?
Night-night. Sleep tight.
1:30. Snooker, I'll give him snooker. He'll be snookered all right when I finish with him.
Hey, Martin, lad, am I glad to see a friendly face, son?
Yeah.
Oh. Was it this one? Oh. I've run out of petrol.
Well, I did notice, yeah.
And I've run out of money on all. I've only got £1. Can you stick us a quid with dinner?
Can't do, Jack. Least it'll do is 5 litres, mate.
Oh, God, blimey. Look, son, can you do us a favour? Can you sup us, eh?
Okay.
You know, it started off tonight with high hopes and a pocket full of money, and now I'm skint to me. Flaming feet are hurting.
It's not been your night, has it? You've been gambling, then?
Gambling? I wish I had. At least with a gamble, you get a bit of a thrill for your money.
Oh, now, come on, Vera. You can't expect a man to do a full day's work on empty stomach.
Look, I've told you. You get a note from me till you tell me what you were up to last night.
Told you, playing snooker.
Yes, and I'm telling you, you're lying through your teeth. Curly were at the Legion last night, and he didn't see you. And he didn't see no snooker match.
Ah. What time did he reckon that was, then?
Well, how the hell do I know? Later on. He dropped in on some thrasher or other first.
Ah, well, that's it then, isn't it?
Eh?
Well, I'd gone well before that, yeah.
Gone.
To the railway club.
Well, you told me you were playing snooker at the Legion.
Yes, well, that's what I thought that till I got there and found out it was an away match.
An away match?
Right.
At the railway club.
Now, look, if you don't believe me, let's get Curly Bunt out of his pit and let's sort it out now.
Why didn't you tell me straight off, then?
You get a lot of chance, did I?
Oh, look at the time. You're making me late now.
Me? Vera, I am not the one with a nasty, suspicious mind.
Well, you've got to admit, it didn't seem right.
All right. Let's leave it. Come on.
Right.
You get on your way.
See you later, love.
Jack, lad, you are a star.
Can we go sailing when we go on holiday?
Sailing?
Katie Butterworth goes sailing every weekend. She's always going on about it. Sounds great. And they've got their own boat.
Yeah, well, I bet they don't get phone bills like this one.
That's not my fault, is it?
Well, you do your bit.
I have to speak to my friend's daughter. Anyway, can we?
Can we what?
Go sailing when we're away.
I'll think about it.
Great. Well, come on, we don't want to be late.
Look, I'll tell you what, you get into the car, I'll join you in a couple of seconds, okay? You're going to be terribly disappointed, you know.
Eh?
Tracy, if you decide to call off this holiday.
So it's all my fault, is it?
Well, you're the one who wants to cancel it.
Only because I've no choice, not with all this kerfuffle going on at the council. How do you think I'm going to feel if I come back and find that Steve Rafferty's resigned?
Resigned?
Yes, resigned. There's a limit to how much he can take, you know. And right now, there isn't a single person at that town hall who doesn't think he's your mole.
He isn't.
Look, Ken, the only way to clear this business up once and for all is to tell them who is leaking the stories.
I'm sorry.
But a man's future's at stake, can't you see that?
I really have to go now.
Ken!
I'll see you later.
Aftershave, Al. Over there to the side.
£99.10. Hey, look, tell your Elsie we hope she's up and about again soon. My love.
Ta-ra. Thank you.
Aye, who's the lucky girl then?
Hey?
You're not wasting this on that lot in the Rovers, I hope.
Why is it just because I make an effort for an interview, everyone thinks I'm some kind of freak? Yes, this afternoon.
What's all this then?
Management trainee.
Oh, well, I hope it goes well for you.
Yeah, thanks, so do I.
I wouldn't fancy it.
What?
One of them interviews I've read about them, they ask you all sorts of daft questions, don't they?
Well, it's all for the purpose, you know, Mrs. Roberts. They've got it down to a fine art now, this management selection.
Well, you seem confident enough, lad.
Well, we did it all at college, didn't we? I mean, if I can't handle an interview, I'm not going to be much use to anybody, am I? Ah, can you put one of these on Vera's order? It might stop Jacko pinching mine.
Oh, right, my lord.
Well, best of luck, lad. Cheers.
Alf, have you got any of that in stock?
No, I've got quite a good range of German wines, though. Not got that one.
Can you get me?
I expect so.
Right, get us a dozen bottles, will you?
Right.
I take it there will be a discount.
Go on, yeah. I'll see you all, sir. Should be in tomorrow.
Thanks.
Celebrating, are we?
Now, what have I got to celebrate?
I just thought you might have decided about your new flats.
Early days yet?
Alma said she was very impressed.
She was, yes, I'll give you that.
Hey, Alf.
Oh.
Do you think you can get this lot ready for dinner time for me?
Of course we can, aye. Oh, I'll bring them round later.
Oh, thanks very much, Alf. Mike?
Yeah?
I believe you're looking for a change of scenery.
Hey?
This flat you've been looking at, Alma was telling me about it. If you've got any leaflets, I wouldn't mind having a look.
You?
Aye, might be for best, Al. Jenny stayed at her mate's again last night and I just didn't sleep a wink.
Well, Alan's behind bars. There's no threat to you now.
It isn't just that. It's the memories. I just don't seem to be able to get away from them. And if Jenny goes to university and I'm left in that house on my own, I just thought a fresh start might be the answer, you know. Sell the house, sell the cabin. So, I thought I might look at these flats of yours.
Do you think that's a good idea? I realise how you feel at the moment, but like rooting yourself and moving away from all your friends, I don't think that's the answer. Flats can be very lonely places, believe me. If you want my advice, I'd leave things as they are.
Oh, I don't know what to do. That's the God's honest truth.
Well, why not do what Mike says? See how things work out.
Have I got my wig on back to front?
No, I was just thinking what a lucky fella I am. I mean, the looks of envy I got in that restaurant last night. Do you know, when I got home, I had to pinch myself just to make sure it had really happened.
Nothing happened.
No, I know nothing happened. I mean, not in a physical sense.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Jack.
Disappointed? Where did you get that from?
Perhaps it was something I said when you tried to get me in the back of your car. You had a face on you like an election candidate who'd lost his deposit.
No, I respect you for that, love. Honest I do. Any woman who chucks herself away on the first date is lower than a snake's belly in my book.
Ah, there you are, Jack. Couldn't keep away from the place, eh?
You know me, boss.
Yes, I do. That's why I'm worried. How come you've made such a miraculous recovery?
Ah, well, it's wonderful what a night's rest can do, isn't it?
Obviously. Well, when you're ready, I've half a dozen crates of mixers want bringing up from the cellar.
Ah, well, hang on. I mean, I don't know whether I'm 100% yet, boss. I mean, if my back went again, I could be off for weeks.
Yes, all right. All right, I shall see to it today. But if you're not 100% by tomorrow, you can stand by for a long rest, because a cellar man with a bad back's as much use to me as a pub without beer.
Well, I can certainly assure you of that, Mr. Jones. With our present editorial policy, the Recorder is far and away the best read weekly in Weatherfield. Right, so when would you like to drop in on us then? Yes? Yes, 2 o'clock will be fine. Good. Right, look forward to seeing you then. Bye.
You look very pleased with yourself.
Yes, I reckon I've every right. A new customer. Builder. Talking about a long-term contract, full pages. If you're thinking about lunch, love, I could do with another half an hour.
No, I wasn't thinking about lunch. I've just come from the town hall. The atmosphere there is intolerable. Everybody whispering corners, pointing the finger. You can't let things go on like this.
I'm only doing my job.
Look, Steve Rafferty is not a rational man. He's a hothead. He can't take this kind of pressure.
That's his problem.
It's everybody's problem. Life is becoming unbearable for all of us, and if you won't do anything about it...
Go on.
Well, I just don't feel as if I can stand by for much longer knowing what I do. I don't want to be the one that blows the whistle on Wendy Crozier.
I don't think you will. I told you about Wendy because I trust you implicitly. And I also happen to believe that if it came down to a choice between loyalty to your husband and loyalty to your council cronies, well, I just don't believe you'd betray me that way.
I don't want to, Ken, believe me. But I may have no choice. Can't you see what it's doing to me?
All right. The root of this problem seems to be this Rafferty. Now, if you can assure them that it isn't him, say that you have my word on that, will that get him off the hook?
I suppose so. Until the next time, and then it'll just be somebody else for the high jump and the whole thing will start all over again.
There won't be a next time. Not for a while.
There won't?
Had the desired effect, hasn't it, for now, at any rate. Certainly made people sit up and take notice of the recorder.
You won't be seeing Wendy Crozier again?
Can't say that. And if she gets something she thinks I ought to know, I can't ignore her, can I?
So it's down to her?
You could say that, yes. I won't be putting any pressure on her. So what are you going to do?
I don't have a lot of choice, do I?
Oh, give us half a lager, Jack.
Coming up, my cherub.
Been on your own, Vera?
Yeah, Ivy just popped home to see how dog is.
Oh, honestly, she treats you like a flipping kid.
Oh, you're silly me. She's never stopped going on about it all morning.
I get it.
Looks like I'm not the only one on my own.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah? If you were hoping to make Mark Bowles with an air, you're going to be unlucky. I've just seen him get in his car and drive off.
Well, I do know he's a very busy man, and I mean, somebody's got to keep you lot in employment, haven't they? And I don't know of any law that says I can't come in here on my own.
Now, Vera, do you want out to eat, love?
No, I'll wait while Ivy comes.
You just take it easy, will you? She's got eyes on the call.
I haven't done anything.
No, but I can feel the vibrations from here.
What is going on between you and Jack?
Nothing. I thought you was being nice to him.
Exactly. Why aren't you scrapping like cat and dog, same as usual?
I'll tell you when you're 21.
Hey, Vera, where did your Jack slope off to last night, then?
Eh?
Well, whatever he got up to, it certainly brought about a miracle cure.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, you know what they say, a good rest works wonders.
Oh, is that right? Judging by the effort your Jack puts in here, I'm surprised he ever ails out at all.
Cheeky devil. After all our Jack's done for him.
Jack. No, it's all right, Tina. I think Jack owes me this one. Hey, come on, your memory can't be that short. You'd still be pushing that car home if it hadn't been for me.
Pint, was it, Martin?
Hang on a minute. What's all this about pushing car home?
Him. Ran out of petrol last night, didn't he? Lucky I was on duty.
Ran out of petrol? There were over half a tank of petrol in that car when I left it. And it doesn't take half a tank of petrol to get to the railway club and back.
Railway club? Well, you were out your way, weren't you, Jack?
Why? Where is it you work?
The all-night filling station, you know, Bessemer Road.
Bessemer Road?
Vera, I can explain honestly.
Right, well, I'm glad to hear it. Because you're going to get your chance, aren't you? Like now.
What? Take the bunch, pal.
Come on, let's have you on.
What the hell has got into you, Vera?
I'll tell you what's got into me, Jack Duckworth. I am sick of being made a fool of. I'm sick of being told a bag of lies. Now, listen here, you. I want to know what you were up to last night, and I want the truth this time.
Look, I am telling you the truth. I went down to the Legion Club, found out it was an away match at the Railway Club, had a swift harp and went down and followed the lads. Right, now, if you want the whole sordid details, I've got beat at singles as well as doubles.
Am I? So how come you used half a tank of petrol and ended up on Bessemer Road?
Well, I took a few of the mates home, didn't I? Seeing as I was the only one that wasn't drinking, well, not a lot anyway.
A few of your mates? You must have took the whole flaming team home.
Wally Brightwell lives halfway to flaming Allison for a start.
Yes, but that still doesn't take you down Bessemer Road.
Look, I noticed that the car was running short of petrol, and I knew you'd lynch me if I left the flaming thing empty. So I started looking for an all-night garage, didn't I? Well, it was the least I could do. I mean, you'd been good enough to lend me the car anyway, hadn't you?
Oh, it's possible, I suppose.
It is what happened, Vera, I'm telling you. Now, if you'd have come in the Rovers and said to me quietly, I'd have told you. But no, you had to go and blow a fuse and drag me out of there as if it was some kind of flaming criminal, showing yourself up in front of everybody.
Well, what were I supposed to think?
Oh, no, don't apologise, Vera, now. It's done. I just hope it's taught you a lesson. In future, get the old story before you start jumping in both feet, will you? Now, if you're finished with me, I'd like to get back to the Rovers before Alec Gilroy starts knocking me money.
Mrs. Barlow, Mr. Reynolds is expecting you. It's important. He's delayed his lunch hour to see you.
Oh, yes, it's important, all right. For one person, at any rate.
Yes, Wendy.
Counsel Mrs. Barlow for you, Mr. Reynolds.
Thank you.
And while I'm here, let me give you a word of advice.
Me?
If you know what's good for you, you'll stay away from my husband.
What's he been telling you?
Never mind that. Just do it. Or else the next front page headline in the Recorder could well be about a certain town hall secretary getting the shove.
Deirdre, what's so urgent you can't wait until after lunch?
Well, it's about these stories Ken's been publishing.
You better come in then.
I'd prefer to say what I have to out here. Perhaps Miss Crozier would like to record what I have to say.
If you think it's necessary.
Yes, I do. It's about Steve Rafferty.
Oh, there is some truth in it.
No, there isn't. I'm sure of that now. I've told Ken how serious the situation is, and he's told me quite categorically that Councillor Rafferty is not his source.
But isn't Councillor Rafferty? Who is he?
Well, that I can't tell you.
Well, if your husband has given that assurance, that's something, I suppose. Thank you for that. Wendy, get Councillor Rafferty on the phone, will you, please?
Right, Mr. Reynolds.
Well, Rafferty may be off the hook, but it's not going to stop the speculation, I'm afraid.
No, I know, but somehow I don't think things are going to be quite so bad from now on.
Oh?
I get the feeling that whoever it is knows that the hunt could be getting a bit too close for comfort.
Well, let's hope you're right.
There's no reply from Councillor Rafferty's number, Mr. Reynolds.
Oh, keep trying. The sooner we put his mind at rest, the better.
Oh, I quite agree.
You've been getting some very impressive stories lately. Good community stuff.
That's what the readers want, make them read the paper so they notice the advertising. I hope I've convinced you.
I think so, Mr. Barlow. Certainly seem to have the edge on the Gazette.
Ah, that's my job. You, talked about full pages.
Right. I like to get my message over big. Make the punters sit up and take notice. We usually have a couple of sites on the go at the one time, so it'll be fairly regular. I wouldn't rule out a double-page spread from time to time. You could handle that, I take it?
No problem.
Go in there just yet. I'm sorry, Mr. Barlow. I did say you were busy.
Busy raking up more muck to chuck at innocent folk.
Sorry?
You will be, mate, by the time I've finished with you.
This is Councillor Rafferty.
Oh, all right, Mr. Turner. Thank you very much. I'll handle it.
Hey, Luke, if this is private business...
Private? It couldn't be more public if he shouted it from the rooftops. He's been crucifying me in that cheap rag of his.
I'm sorry, I don't see that.
Well, you haven't been up at that town hall, have you? You won't tell anybody who your precious mole is. You're quite happy to sit back and let everybody think it's me. You won't listen to reason, not even from your own wife. Well, anybody who is that thick-skinned only understands one kind of language in my book.
Hey, hold on. This isn't going to solve anything.
No, but it might make me feel a damn sight better.
Now listen, Councillor. I haven't published anything that points a finger at you. If you've got a guilty conscience, that's your problem. Now, for your information, Deirdre has told me about you. She pleaded with me to reveal my source to get you off the hook.
I can well imagine what you said to that.
Oh, yeah, I refused to reveal my source. Of course I did. But I gave her an assurance that it wasn't you. And by now she will have told your chief executive. So if you'd been in contact with the town hall this afternoon, instead of coming down here rampaging like a mad bull, you'd have found out for yourself.
Is that right?
That's right. I think we can let him go now.
You think you're very smart, don't you? Playing games with people's lives, people's careers. Well, I'm warning you. If I suffer any more because of your cheap rag, I'll be back. And what I do to you will make the best front page story you've ever had.
Sorry about that. And thanks anyway.
I think you handled it very well.
If you hadn't been here, I mightn't have had the chance. I hope it hasn't altered your decision about advertising with us. I can assure you he is not a typical recorder reader.
I think we can do business, Mr. Barlow.
So I wasn't mistaken then? Sorry. When I thought I saw Mr. Baldwin leaving the cafe early in the morning.
No, love, you weren't mistaken. I did tell him to walk out backwards, then people would think he was coming in.
Oh, I didn't mean anything. I mean, I wasn't suggesting anything improper. It was just not the kind of place I expected to see Mr. Baldwin. Not so early in the morning.
Well, it's surprising what some fellas will do for a good fry-up. Thank you.
You all right, kid?
Never better.
Me too, silver-tongued charmer that I am.
Hang on a minute.
Some at all?
Come on, let's be having it. What's going on between you and Jacko?
I don't know what you're on about.
Come on, I've got eyes in my head. He's been taking liberties with you. You'd have flattened him normally.
I can handle Jack, don't you fret.
What is going on?
Nothing's going on. Though that's not the way Jack sees it. Nor after last night, anyway.
Last night?
He took us out.
You and Duckegg?
Well, he kept going on at me to go out with him, so I called his bluff, didn't I? He spent a fortune on a smashing meal, danced himself to a frazzle at a disco, and that's all that went on. And he still thinks the sun shines out of my eyeballs. Can't be better.
So that's what you were up to?
You've got it.
I just hope you know what you're getting into, lady.
I'm not getting myself into anything, am I? I can handle Jack.
It weren't Jack I was thinking of, love.
Oh. So when does she get the results then?
Oh, not for another month yet. Oh, and it'll be at least another month before she goes off to university. I mean, things will look quite different by then.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to miss her, and that's for sure. I mean, she's been like a rock to me since Alan.
Yeah. Anyway, she's got her head screwed on us, young Jenny.
You won't breathe a word of any of this to her, will you? I mean, I'd hate her to know what I'm going through.
Oh, no way. And listen, what Mike was saying about having your mates around you, you have, you know.
Right then, Jack, we'll love you and leave you. I don't know when we'll be back, but make sure you lock up on time, will you?
Leave it to me, boss.
You behave yourself.
Well,
I wasn't talking to you.
What is going on round
Come
here,
on, we don't want to keep the taxi waiting.
Yes, but Bet.
Come on, night all.
Enjoy yourself.
No, it's just me and you, eh? Now, if you play your cards right, you can be on for a little bit of overtime. In the meantime, I suppose we make a start in Empress.
Oh, Jack, you know, to give a girl a good time.
Ah, mate.
A large Scottish wine, please, and whatever these good people want.
Oh, not for us, Mike. I've just got them in.
Timed that well then, didn't I?
So, how did it go at dinner time?
Dinner time?
Yes, well, I mean, it must have been something pretty important to keep you away from me.
Oh, it was, and it worked very well from my point of view.
There you go, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers, kid.
Come on, Reddy, you're lagging behind.
I'm all right, don't
Abby?
I'll just have a tonic water.
Are you sure, Reddy?
Positive. What's the matter with you? You've not said a word since we come in.
What would you do, if you found out your husband were deceiving you?
Jack!
You know this snooker match you were supposed to be going to?
Oh, not that again, Vera. I thought you got that all sorted out.
A line through his teeth. There was no snooker match. Not Legion Club or Railway Club. Well, not last night, any road.
How do you know that?
Well, I phoned up to check at Legion, didn't I? Well, I had to know for certain.
Were you worried then?
Well, I thought that were obvious. Out till 2 o'clock in the morning in my car, using half a tank of petrol. He didn't want me to find out, did he? You were with another woman, weren't he?
Oh, come on, Vera, you don't know that.
Well, what other explanation is there?
Well, have you had it out with him, love?
What? And give him a chance to worm his way out of that one and all. I want to find out what it is first. And I will, believe me. And when I do, his life will be worth a candle, I promise you.
That was a good one, that. Yeah, that was a nice one. Who told you that?
What do you think?
Hey, don't ask me. You're a dog expert.
Oh, yeah, when they're chasing around a track, yeah, but I don't know £2 about having pups.
Makes you think I do.
Well, women have kids. Same thing, isn't it?
It's not the same thing at all.
Well, I mean, it's similar, isn't it? Well, she looks as though she's about ready to pod to me. I mean, she's definitely not too happy.
Well, she won't be if she's going through anything like what I went through.
You just said it weren't the same thing.
It's not. Will you stop picking me up on every little word I say? Look, honestly, Don, don't you think we ought to send for a vet?
Rubbish. No, look, it's a perfectly natural process. Animals give birth all the time in wild. They don't have vets there.
Well, look, we can't leave her on her own, can we? I mean, it's not right.
Oh. Sure, Matt Baldwin will give the day off, tell him what it's for. I bet it's very fond of little puppy dogs. Barbecued.
Just hang on a minute. You're the one that's self-employed.
So?
So you don't need to ask anybody's permission to have time off.
No, look, I know not about being a flippin' midwife.
Don't have to, love. Perfectly natural process. Animals are giving birth all the time.
So what do I have to be here for?
Now, let's put it this way, Don. If you were going through the agonies of puppy birth, wouldn't you want someone holding your little paw?
Are you ready, kid?
Oh, bye, Vera. You're early, aren't you? It's only 1:15.
Yeah, I were up early. I need to talk to you now.
Oh, all right. Let's get going. Don, see you, love. You know where I am if you want me.
Hey, you can't just leave me. What do I do?
Well, nothing. She'll do it all like women usually do. Come to think of it, Vera, not a lot of difference between us and animals, is there?
No. I hope you've said no to him.
When you tell me to keep something to myself, Vera, I do.
When he's down to tell our Jack I'm on to him. Gloves stick together.
Well, I thought you'd have told him yourself by now.
Yeah, well, I haven't. I'm frightened to.
You? Trying to talk to your Jack? Crikey, that's got to be a first.
Look, it's no joking. The more I think about it, the more I'm certain he's got another woman.
Oh, Vera, you don't know that, love.
Well, give me one other good reason, eh? Why he's been lying to me about where he's been.
Morning, all. Hiya. Alfie, do you know what this weather makes me feel like doing?
Spending money.
Doesn't have to be sunny to do that.
Oh, I know that. No, rain, fog, hurricane, all will do that.
I feel like going on a nice run out somewhere.
What, in the middle of a working week?
Alfie, people do take time off, you know. Man cannot live by selling spaghetti hoops alone.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though, I can't wait to be mobile me, because once I pass my test, I'm going to be zooming off every opportunity I get.
Oh, well, I'm pleased to hear that. I do hope I can expect you to pop in occasionally when you make a pit stop, you know, to help a poor old grocer.
It won't be for ages yet. I've only just put in for my test, and Kev says it takes months, and he's dead pleased about it.
Oh, they like to keep you dependent on them, pet. They like to have you around so you can cater for their every whim.
Like what you are.
Alf! Oh, Alma! I want to hijack your wife to go shopping this afternoon. You can spare her for now, can't you?
Yeah, well, it won't be easy, but we'll try and cope.
Only I want something drop-dead glamorous to knock Mike's eyes out tonight, and I need somebody to encourage me to be extravagant.
Well, you chose the right one anyway. She's got a degree in that.
Where's he taking you?
Well, he doesn't know yet. Well, to be honest, he doesn't know he's taking me yet. I'm going to work on him at lunchtime.
Do you know, I wish you'd teach me your technique, because I can't prize this one away from his bacon slicer.
Look, the difference is that he's a single man. He doesn't have an expensive wife to keep.
Well, not yet, he hasn't.
Hey, I had a beautiful dream last night.
There's fresh beer rings on that table.
You were in it, starring role.
Oh, yeah. You know, I sometimes wonder what we put Matt's out for.
You want to know what it's about?
No, not really. I always find other people's dreams dead boring.
Oh, this wasn't boring, anything but... Hey, I'm not saying it were X-rated or anything like that, Tina, because I wouldn't dream anything like that of you, because I respect you too much.
I'm glad to hear that, because I'm fussy what I get up to in other people's fantasies.
Hey, no, what are you doing?
Jack, it's a chair, nor a flipping grand piano.
Moving furniture is men's work. Hey, your hair smells nice. What is it?
Shampoo.
Yeah, but I bet it's something dead exotic, right?
Anti-dandruffed, actually.
I knew it smells exotic. Do you know what it reminds me of? Tropical Nights. Do you remember that film a few years back, 10, where he wore this white dinner jacket and she had her hair all in plaits, drinking pina coladas under the stars? I could see me in this white dinner jacket and me and you doing the same.
You've got a very vivid imagination.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm a romantic at heart, isn't it? You see, people don't realise. Do you know what they think when they see me?
Tell me.
They think down to earth, reliable, solid. See, they don't know the real me like you do, Tina.
Vera, I don't know why you're letting yourself get in this state, love.
Well, how do you think you'd feel, if Don were on point of leaving you?
On point? Where the heck's that come from?
I'll hear we call last night, trying to work it out. Look, we know he's got another woman, right?
Vera, we don't know no such thing, and let's face it, love, even if he has, it won't be the first time in your married life, will it? He's never left you yet, has he?
Yeah, but he's never been middle-aged before, has he? I mean, look at all fussy made over wearing glasses and his hair falling out that time. Not to mention a few other odds and bobs. It's obvious. He's got himself a young bit of stuff to make him feel young again. See, it's male menopause. You read about it all the time.
Any further developments?
Why? What have you heard?
Well, I thought it was common knowledge.
You see? They say it's always wife that's last to know.
Well, I was referring to Ivy's happy that, well, strictly speaking, not Ivy's, of course, the hound of the Brennanvilles. Oh, that? No, Emily, don't let me know if there's. Yeah, if it does get out, you've only got your own big gob to blame.
No, it's a very pleasant surprise. I'm never too busy to talk to a pretty woman. Lunch? Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'll see you there, what? 1:45. Okay, fine. Bye. Yeah,
Mr. Bowen, I know you don't like us changing his dinner hours, and I will make it up, only I want to go home early because our dog's having pups, and it could be any minute now.
Yeah, all right.
I've left Don minding him. It's a bit nervous, you know, and don't seem too keen on that sort of thing, do they?
No, I don't think I'll be too keen on that myself. I said all right, Ivy.
Oh, you don't mind?
No, of course I don't mind. Oh. It's a ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you name one after me. And make sure it's a potential winner.
Who's a clever girl? Who's a clever little beauty? Yeah. Hey, you missed it. Hey, 5 of them. Hey, who's in shelling peas, darling? Hey,
Kid, we are a grandfather.
I want to have a look.
Oh, aren't they lovely? Oh, by the way, Mr. Baldwin wants one naming after him.
No problem. What do you fancy, eh? Big Buns Baldwin or Megamouth Mike?
Don't be horrible. He did let me up. I thought I might have been in time to give you a hand.
Ah, no, ain't nothing to it, see? We should do all right, the two of us. Didn't we? Didn't we, my little beauty? Yeah, lovely, aren't you?
Do people actually buy this stuff? Certainly. We in the amusing novelty trade like to think we bring a little gleam of humour to an increasingly dark and ugly world.
She can bring a little gleam into my ugly world any time she likes, eh?
We have to cater for all tastes. Some of our lines are rather more aesthetic than others. Look at this.
Does she lose her knickers as well?
No, she doesn't. This little trinket box makes a very acceptable holiday souvenir. You could give that to your mother.
I think my mum would prefer the rude glasses, actually.
Oh, I think it's very pretty. I mean, I'd sooner somebody gave me that than some T-shirt with something obscene printed on it.
So would I, Mavis.
What?
Do you do one-offs?
Well, not usually, but I dare say I can do a friend a favour.
Wrap it up for me, it's a surprise.
Now, where the heck is that girl up to? Eh? Tina! Tina!
Well, kid, you amaze me. If anybody could handle Jacko, I would have thought you could.
So did I. But nothing turns him off. Every time I slap him down, he comes back for more.
Must be love.
Oh, it's not funny, Bet. He's going on me wick. Every time I turn round, he's there. If I sneeze, he gets an hanky out. If I have a cup of tea, he puts sugar in it. I don't even take sugar.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Have a word with him. Tell him you don't allow fraternisation between the staff. Tell him my dad's a 20-stone sumo wrestler. Tell him anything. But please, get him out of me hair.
Tina! Nice of you to honour us with your presence, Miss Fowler.
There's no call for sarcasm, boss. A girl is entitled to powder her nose. A pretty little nose it is.
And how long have you been called Miss Fowler, Jack?
I will not allow a woman to be harassed.
Right. Well, get down and tidy the cellar, then you don't have to.
Leave this to me, Tina. I'll handle it.
Jack, go and tidy that cellar, eh? For me.
If you put it like that. Hey, guess who's just had 5 little greyhounds?
Oh, 5 little fluffy bundles of love.
5 little fluffy bundles of money.
Get off his anyway to talk about our grandchildren.
Not
very long, Look, just a quick sandwich. I can't shop on an empty stomach. You can have a bite to eat at the cafe. Yes, but Sir wasn't in the cafe, was he? Oh, Emily, is Mr. Baldwin coming over? Only I rang the office and he wasn't in.
No, he left at 12:30. He had a business lunch.
Oh, well, did he say where?
No, just that it was an important contact he's been chasing for some time.
Oh, hi. Sorry I'm late. My last client was one of those who wanted to know how many tiles there were on the roof for the name of the foreman's granny.
Oh, that's all right. I've only just got in myself. Did you get many like that?
Some. You can't really blame them, I suppose. Buying a house is usually the most important investment people make.
Well, I won't be like that. As long as it's got a roof, I won't be remotely interested in the foreman's granny.
Does that mean we have a deal?
It means that I'm still interested.
Well, bye then, dear.
Bye.
See you tonight.
All right. Have a good day.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be so lots of those plastic doggy these, Derek.
Yes.
Hey, you want to be very careful with that knife, you know, it's very sharp.
Thank you, Jack.
I don't want you cutting yourself, do it?
I'm sure if I did, you'd be there with an ambulance.
What is going on with them two?
Nothing for you to worry your little bald head about, Petal. Jacko's in love. He's rather sweet, really. He's developed what you might call a teenage crush. About 45 years too late.
Tina.
Well, she's a bonny lass. Not as bonny as me, of course, but then not everybody can be that lucky.
Silly old fool. You ought to know better at his age.
Coming from someone who's only recently had the glad eye for a certain Welsh exotic dancer, that's a bit rich, but leave it with me, Bet'll fix it.
What are you going to do?
Speak to the lad. Counsel him gently. Point out the error of his ways. The impossibility of the age gap between them. And what Vera will do to his naughty bits if she finds out.
Are you coming? Because Ivy says Emily and me can go and have a peep at the puppies. I know I shouldn't because I'll only want one. Well, I don't think it's right or fair to keep an animal in the flat.
I don't know, she manages with Derek.
Oh, so. No, Alf will fetch our Nicky round later, but Alma and me are going into town shopping.
Okay.
Now, Bet, you know everything. Where can we get designer man traps?
Tyler, go outside.
I think I should explain why I rang you, Mr. Baldwin.
Mike, I thought it was business.
No, I don't hassle my clients. I don't do business that way.
Oh, good. If it's not business, then it must be pleasure.
It's because you knew Alan Bradley.
Oh, well, now you've foxed. I thought that was why you gave me the cold shoulder.
I read in the papers about him attacking Mrs. Fairclough. The thing is, I feel partly responsible for what happened.
Come on.
Oh, I didn't cause the situation, but I certainly made it worse. I was the one who told her he'd been getting letters from Leonard Fairclough. She followed it up and nearly got killed for her trouble.
Oh, I see. But why?
Why did I tell her?
Yeah.
Oh. He treated me badly. I wanted to get my own back. Hurt him any way I could. I didn't stop to think I could be hurting her even more. That's why I want to tell her how sorry I am.
Oh, you want to see her?
Well, I can't just go round there. She'll probably slam the door in my face. But you're a friend. If you were to speak to her...
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Rita can be a tough cookie if she wants to be.
But if you just give it a try.
Yeah, all right. I'll see what I can do.
I'd be really grateful if you would.
Consider it done. And remember, you owe me one.
Look, I don't know he's got someone else, but something's definitely going on.
You keep your head down, mate. I won't get involved with it at all.
How can you not when you're living right in the middle of it? It's Vera I feel sorry for, you know. She looks that miserable.
I'll give over. He's all windish, Jack. He's not got the bottle to do anything but talk.
Yeah, well, if he is messing about, it's a mug's game. If I'm lucky enough to get another woman, I'll be totally faithful to me. I'll be a one-woman man.
Oh, yeah, well, it takes all sorts, doesn't it, Curly?
Yeah. Right, now, before you say anything, don't blame me. It was your mother. I was all ready to come back when she saw this pair of shoes she just had to try on.
Yeah, it's funny that whenever she passes a shoe shop, these invisible little arms come out and tug her inside. You can't do a thing about it. Well, I take it you got fixed up.
Yes, I could have had a week's holiday for what it cost me, but if it has the desired effect, it'll be worth it.
Oh, you're all right. I've only just this minute come in myself. What can I do for you?
I bumped into an old acquaintance of yours today.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Dawn Prescott. She used to work...
I know who she is.
She wants to see you.
It's not mutual.
I'll give her a break, Rita. She feels guilty about what happened and she wants a chance to apologise.
Look, that whole rotten business is a closed chapter. I have no intention of opening it again to salve anybody's conscience.
She's a nice girl. She wasn't to blame for what happened. She's upset. She wants to put the record straight.
Why are you so concerned?
Dawn asked me to be an intermediary. I thought it was the least I could do. For her sake as well as yours.
My sake? What do I get out of it? Apart from rubbing salt in old wounds.
the satisfaction of knowing you've done the right thing.
Something you know a lot about, is it?
No, but one day maybe, perhaps I wish I did.
You're making a fool of yourself, Jacko. Apart from hotels, Tina's just not interested.
Well, she's fighting it there, that's all.
Why would she want to do that?
Well, she knows it'll cause a lot of bother. I mean, she remembers what happened between you and Ali when a third party got involved.
That was all a misunderstanding, Jacko, and well, you know it. But I mean, either way, she's right, isn't she? Bother? It could be the start of World War Flaming 3.
To be worth it.
Jack, have you listened to yourself? You've only taken the girl out once.
We've worked together side by side for nearly 6 months. That's long enough to know how I feel.
She is younger than you. She's young enough to be your daughter, for Pete's sake.
Well, that's why it'll work. I mean, she's not a silly kid. She's dead mature. Lads her own age, bored her stiff.
Have you thought about your Vera? Where does Vera come into all this?
Last thing I'd want to do is hurt our Vera. I mean, she's not a bad old bag. You see, once in a lifetime, Bet, a bolt of lightning strikes a fella. When that happens, he's helpless.
Can I have one, Gran? Which one can I have? Can I have that one?
Oh, don't be silly, there's no rush. They can't leave them on for a few weeks yet.
Yes, well, I can say which one's mine. Then I can give it a name. I'm going to call it Ghostbuster.
You can't call a dog Ghostbuster. Buster, yes.
I can. It's my dog. I can call it what I want. Can't I, Grandpa Alf?
Oh, don't drag me into this, lad. I'm going to have enough trouble stopping your Granny Audrey wanting one when she sees them. I must say, they're very bonny little things, though.
Well, Bet were hinting that she'd like one, but Alec turned a deaf ear as usual.
Anybody wants one, it'll cost them.
Well, you never sell them, will you? I mean, nobody's going to pay for a mongrel.
Is it rubbish? Them's thoroughbreds, them. They're worth more than you taking a month any day.
Mine's 57 dogs.
They're pure thoroughbred ground.
Mongrels.
They're thoroughbreds.
Well, I don't care what they are. I want one. Hello, Ghostbuster.
It's good of you to see me.
Don't thank me. Thank him.
Right, well, I'll leave you two girls alone to have a natter. If you want me, I'll be in my office across the road.
Thanks, Mike.
What is it?
Something to put your little knick-knacks in.
Oh, Jack, I wish you wouldn't give it Vera.
No, I won't. I want you to have it. Something to remind you of me whenever you open it.
A ballerina in a pink tutu? Yeah. Well, if that's the way you want me to remember you.
Oh, look.
He's got worse. Yes, Martin.
Can I have a lager, please? And soft?
Orange juice, please, Tina.
Orange, please.
Going in for married women now, are we?
Well, someone's got to look after her, haven't they, while her husband's working?
I'd watch it if I was you, Petal. Married people going out with single people. Them kind of games can only end in tears.
Yeah, well, I know it'd cause trouble if I was seen out with other men, but I'm not. I'm with Martin.
Yes, girls.
Oh, just a tomato juice for me, love.
Your usual order.
Thanks, love.
I'm saving myself for later.
Oh, Emily, is Mr. Bowen not back yet?
Yes, he came back in the office just as I was leaving.
Oh, good. Well, he'll be coming over in a minute. Then we shall fix things up for later, and I shall go home and make myself look gorgeous.
I never encouraged him, you know. OK, I did go out with him a couple of times, but it was strictly business. Or so I thought.
Wasn't that a little naive?
It didn't seem so at the time. It was a new enterprise and we all had to pull our weight. Oh, we flirted a bit, but men do, don't they? When he started coming on really strong that night, he knocked me sideways.
What exactly did happen?
We'd just shut the shop. Martin had gone and we were left alone in the office tidying up. Mr. Bradley started getting very suggestive, then suddenly he grabbed me and, well, tried to get physical. He was pretty violent. He'd been drinking all afternoon, which didn't help.
Alan didn't have to be drunk to be violent. There was a nasty streak in him, turned him into a real Jekyll and Hyde.
When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. Oh, I didn't fancy him or anything. For one thing, he was so much older than me. But he was fine to work for, and I enjoyed the job. And then he tried to rape me. When I said no, he got really nasty. Made all sorts of threats when I said I'd have him for sexual harassment. I was so furious, I came round and dumped it all on you, including all the stuff about the letters to your husband. And that opened a whole dirty box of tricks. I am sorry, Mrs. Fairclough.
In actual fact, you've nothing to apologise for. You did me a favour.
I can't tell you how many times I've kicked myself for being a spiteful bitch that day. I'm glad we've cleared the air.
At least now it's all over and done with, and I can get on with my life. And I hope you're getting on with yours.
Oh, yes. New job, new boss, a woman, thank goodness.
No boyfriend?
No, not at the moment. I'm concentrating on my career.
Wise girl. I wish I'd done that when I was your age. Might have been another Shirley Bassey by now.
Take the notice of him. What does Alf Roberts know about bloodstock values any road?
I wish you wouldn't keep talking about him as a bundle of £5 notes.
Not fives, love, tens. Lots of them.
Now, how would you feel if you just have babies and some dog comes along and tries to work out how much to flog them for, eh?
Well, in that unlikely event, Flower, I'd go halves with them and make a ruddy fortune when you get there.
Well, looks like the mountain is going to have to go to Mohammed.
Let's get on 6. Do you think he'll still be there?
Well, if not, he'll be in his flat. Don't worry, love. I'm like the Mounties. I always get me man.
Tell me, how did it go?
Fine, I'm glad I went. She's a nice lady. Didn't deserve a swine like that.
No woman does.
Lots of women get them, though. Plenty of Alan Bradleys around.
I hate to see a young girl so cynical. Why don't you let me take you to dinner? Restore your faith in men.
You reckon that'll do it?
Well, if it doesn't, at least you'll have had fun.
Hey, now come on, you won't have to get that food down, you know. Them little girls never leave you alone, do they? Oh, you stay there.
Hiya. Mickey Lee. You're expecting me?
No, I think you've got wrong house, love.
Harry Slinger told me Lucky's had pups. You got pups?
Yes, but how did he know?
Grapevine, I suppose.
You better come in.
Well, it's all relative job satisfaction. I mean, Derek does seem happy as a salesman. Well, when I say happy, the job suits him for now, but I mean, it's not long term because, well, the salt air aggravates his eczema.
Stranger.
Oh, hi.
So, where's your hidey hole then?
Ah, well, you know how it is. Not enough hours in the day, not enough pennies in the pound.
Well, I left messages, but you never got back to me. I wondered what had cropped up.
What can I say, but sorry.
Well, how about making it up to me? Crooked billet for a bit of lunch.
No, I don't know what's in my diary till I see Emily. But I'll tell you what, I'll be in the Rovers at lunchtime. Maybe I'll catch up with you then.
What's first for?
There's a man in the kitchen who's come about the pups.
Mickey Lee. Harry Slinger said he'd phone to let you know I was coming.
Which he didn't.
Obviously not.
Look, I'm lost, mate. What are you after exactly?
This gentleman reckons that his dog is the father of these pups.
And the fact is, 2 of them are mine.
How did you work that out?
That was a deal with Harry Slinger. He had Lucky before you did.
Yeah, I know I did.
And Don paid him good money for her.
Yeah, fair's fair. None of that's got anything to do with me.
And what you agreed with Harry Slinger's got nothing to do with us either. Going to be late for work. Come! What's he playing at?
How the hell should I know?
Well, you did the deal. Didn't Harry Slinger mention all about it?
Avi, think about it. Slinger never told me the dog was pregnant.
Well, they're our pups, Don. They're not his, and you can go get rid of him.
Morning.
Oh, when you can stop that, you're not the only one with problems, you know.
He wants seeing to that so-called husband of mine.
So what's new then, Vera?
Do you know if I ever get my hands on that other woman? She'll wish she'd never set eyes on that peasant.
Oh, hey, look, I'm sorry I snapped, love. What's he said?
Naffle, as usual.
So you don't know for sure then that he actually is another woman?
Oh, you're joking. He's had more baths than Cleopatra. He only usually has 2. That's if you're lucky. And look at this. Look. I tell you, Ivy's on eat, and I'm seeing none of it.
Get away, Vera. Your Jack's never paid for this meal out, surely.
Well, somebody has. Look at the date. That's when he should have been at that snooker match, remember? And his alibi didn't hold up. It all fits.
Vera, you don't think he's trying to set you up, do you? I mean, come on, it's a bit thick leaving clothes like this hanging about, isn't it? He's not trying to make you jealous, is he?
Yeah, well, if he is, it's working. Anyway, I found it in his jacket pocket.
He might be in the Rovers at dinner time. Well, that's no good to you.
What am I could hardly pin him down to an appointment, could I?
Alma, you're doing yourself no favours, you know. I mean, you should have asked him straight out where he's playing at, chauffeuring dolly birds about. I mean, you want to know where you stand.
Audrey, are you doing these things, huh?
Yes, yes, just a minute. And you put a lot of legwork into this. If there is going to be competition, you're going to have to show him some of the advantages of the maturer woman.
Oh, thank you.
Positive advantages.
Well, I mean, there is just the slightest possibility that I might be overreacting. I mean, you were only giving her a lift, as far as I could tell.
But where to? I'd find out if I were you.
I mean, look at Connie in packing. She was divorced at 55.
Vera, I don't think you're taking this a bit too much to heart now.
I mean, how do you go about scoring at that age, eh? Where do you get the energy to go chasing after fellas?
How many more times do you want telling he's having you on? Of course he is, if he's being obvious about it. The best thing about affairs is trying to keep them secret.
But why, though? Why is he doing it?
Well,
This is the third time they've let us down. I think we should fall back on Atkinson's.
No, we better not. I might need Billy when that hospital tender comes up for grabs. There's a lot of curtains, Emily.
But that's not helping us now.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Well, it is a bit inconvenient.
Excuse me. I know, but I thought I'd catch you where I could find you.
Oh?
Why have you been avoiding me, Mike?
Avoiding you? Who's avoiding you? Like I said, I'm a very busy bloke.
Well, you were taking days off to play golf not 2 weeks back.
This is beginning to sound like an interrogation here.
I saw you and her last night, Mike. I just want to know where I stand.
All right. Come on, then. Anywhere but not here.
All right.
Ooh, hey up. What's all this? Oh, you were picking up the airport.
Yeah, flight was delayed. I had to drop a fed at Kitchener Street, so I thought I'd grab these on the way back.
Oh, well, it makes a nice change. I always think better of the salts than mop pots anyway. So how did you go on with Milado?
What's that, love?
That fella that come this morning, did he give you any bother?
Oh, he turned out to be half decent, didn't Mickey?
Mickey? What's been going on, Don?
Before you start, love, I have to say I think he's right. He is entitled to 2 pups.
Have you gone mad?
Look, his point of view, Ivy. His dog sired them pups. Now, it doesn't matter who owned Lucky when she gave birth. It's still down to him, innit? Well, down to his dog.
Well, that's not our problem. Slinger should sort out his own debts.
Yeah, well, look, anyway, look, I said... Look, I said that he could have to on one condition. That he took the rest of them off his hands, including Lucky, because they can't be separated.
Just like that?
No, not just like that.
Do you know, it frightens me sometimes, Don. You just don't seem to have it in you to be able to say no to some of these people. You just don't think.
Look, I was thinking on my feet. You offered me good money, so I said
Oh,
yes.
I should have known, shouldn't I? That's what it's all about, money. Can you not just for once in your life resist making a deal? Those puppies are only a few days old, and already you're trading them off like something you picked up on taxis.
Look, it works both ways, money, doesn't it? If we didn't get rid, and them puppies grow up, we'd be feeding them till God knows when. Look, it makes sense, Ivy.
It would have made a lot more sense if you discussed it with your wife first.
All right. I took her home, so...
So you knew I wanted to see you, Mike. You ignored my messages.
It's a bit inconvenient, dropping everything at your convenience, Alma.
Well, you found time to drive her around.
Like I said, she needed a few words alone with Rita. I was the middleman. It wasn't planned that way.
Is that your excuse or hers?
Meaning what?
What I could tell the moment you set eyes on her that you had a history, you and her. I mean, I knew she was after you.
Look, there's a couple of things we've got to get sorted out here before we go any further. You and me, we're mates. Friends. Golfing buddies.
Golfing buddies? You spent the night at my bed, Mike. That's a bit of a step up from golfing buddies.
I still don't remember any promises being made on either side. Consenting adults. They knew how far to go with each other. That's how I saw us. And if you were being truthful to yourself, you knew that's all there was to it, didn't you?
So you've heard no rumours then?
Well, I'm not what you'd call confidence material, Vera. I mean, rumours sort of smell me a mile away, then do a detour. No, look, I haven't heard any.
So do you think Ivy could be right then? You know, do you think he's pulling a fast one, winding me up, trying to make me jealous?
Well, it's possible. All's fair in a modern marriage, so they say.
Hey, I've got a clean shirt anywhere.
Why? What do you want a clean shirt for? You put one on this morning.
Well, they sweat a lot down the cellar, don't they?
Well, you sweat a lot anyway, don't you?
Look, have I got one or not?
No.
Look, I ironed some of mine this morning. Do you want to borrow one?
Good lad, Curly.
Right.
Don't think I don't know what you're playing at, Jack.
Evidence in my mind, Vera.
Oh, you can pretend all you like. Little hints here, little clues there. Look, you haven't got another woman.
Never said I had, did I?
Oh, listen to him. Mind you, you had me going for a bit, Jack, I'll grant you. Any longer and I've had you followed. But then you see it dawned on me, I thought, no, our Jack's too old for that.
Don't push it, Vera.
Look, all I'm saying is, well, you've admitted yourself you have nightmares about wearing glasses and your hair falling out. Look, love, you're just going through another midlife crisis.
Leave it out, Vera.
Jack. Look, all I'm saying is you don't have to prove out to me. I don't mind you getting older.
Yeah, well, you're the other one, only woman I know that thinks that way. The others don't.
Oh, what others?
Plenty.
Plenty, like who?
I'm warning you, Vera.
Oh, do you mean like Samantha Fox?
Leave it
Oh,
out, Vera.
yeah, it could be Madonna.
No, somebody with a lot more class than that.
Oh, I? Like who?
Somebody who doesn't think I've passed it.
Oh!
Tina.
Give over. You're old enough to be a father. Tina. She won't show you across a zebra.
Why did she let me take her out the other night then, eh? Eh? Answer me that.
Oh, Sally's not been gone that long. Stop going on about your stomach, for heaven's sake. You'd think he could survive for a week with what he's got there. Won't touch my salad, you know.
Well, there's a reason for that, isn't there? You would think, wouldn't you? Being a grocer's wife, she would know the difference between a good lettuce leaf and a bad one.
Oh, go on, Audrey. Make a mistake, Pudding.
He can do it himself, and when Dr. Lockwood starts poking around and wonders where all this cholesterol is coming from, I shall tell her it was self-inflicted.
See you later, love.
Oh, I'll walk down with you, Rita. Listen, I'll go to the Rovers and get Sally. She's had long enough for her dinner.
Now, come on. Come on.
My name's Tina.
I think I might let us both down.
Strike me, you've gone and got another job.
Oh, it's not like that. Oh, Vera, she knows.
What do you mean she knows?
She knows I took you out.
Oh my God, who told her?
I sit in it. She did push me. She forced me into saying it.
You Burke. And where does that leave me?
Us, Tina, us. Well, I think we're going to have to box clever, work something out, you know, between us. But I didn't go as far as to say that I love you.
You know, when I first met you, I thought you were a harmless gink with a good imagination. But you're bloody dangerous.
Can I have a pint of bitter and some hot pot, please, Tina? Oh, Alec, can I have a pint of bitter and some hot... Oh, charming. You know, if I ran my shop, all I want is a bit of blooming service. You know, I'd be dragged over the coals if I ran my shop like this.
I better go then.
Oh, no, love, hang on a bit. Have another drink.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I will.
Yeah, maybe?
Thank you, I'll have a pineapple juice.
Yeah, that's if they're still serving. Hey, Jack!
Is that what he said? Told Vera everything? What does that mean? Told Vera everything? Look, what is going on with my stuff in my pub?
Alec, will you be a love and disappear? Now, I've told you I can handle it.
Well, you don't seem to be making much headway as far as I can tell. And while whatever's going on between her and Jacket isn't sorted, there's customers in there wanting serving.
Go and serve them then.
I'm telling you, he is 2 sandwiches short of a picnic. I didn't think he'd go this far.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you, love. Unpredictable. That's the word for fellas of Jacko's age. Likewise, Vera.
Well, what should I do?
Nout. Let's just hope and pray Vera doesn't change the habit of a lifetime and believe everything Jacko says.
Thanks, Martin. I'll see you straight.
Oh, no, you're all right. Keeps me off the streets, doesn't it? I mean, if you're struggling again tomorrow, just give us a shout.
Well, I think I'd best err on the side of caution and ask you to pop in. Because Alma's not reliable, is she?
I don't know what you mean. She's not what you call a grafter, is she?
Well, talk of the devil. We're still solvent. Just. If you're interested.
Well, I think I'll shoot off, Gail.
Thanks again, Martin. Get yourself a drink.
Cheers. Sit down.
So, what's been going on?
That little shyster, Mike Baldwin's given her the elbow. I mean, 1 minute getting all he can. The next telling her it's all in her mind because he's had enough. Oh, it's just sick.
Well, I don't know why you're so surprised. I mean, everybody could see it would end in tears. Everybody but Al.
Gail, come on. Don't be so damn cynical.
I'm not. I'm telling you, I saw it coming. I mean, they're hardly the perfect match, are they?
No, you're right. She is miles too good for him. Swanning up and down like he owns half Weatherfield, taking advantage of folk.
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm batting from my side. I've had to rope Martin in to cover for her. I mean, I'm sorry it's ended like this, but personally, I'll be glad when things get back to normal round here.
Do you know, I'll tell her that, Gail. It'll make her feel a whole lot better.
I told you it was Tina, didn't I? I mean, Tina.
On your bike, he's pulling your leg.
He told Vera, didn't he, for God's sake? And I was stuck in the middle of it like a right lemon. I would have put my head in the gas oven, except they've not cleaned it since they got it.
Hello. What would you like to drink, love?
I'll have half of lager, please, Alec.
I'm off duty, Alec. I'll have a pint. Do you want to sit down or what?
We'll have it standing here, Alec.
I say, I bet they don't half flaunt the domestics, this couple.
Alec, with our track record, you've no room to talk, love.
No, I have to contradict you, Rita. It is an art. The art of selling, the art of persuasion. The Americans don't hesitate to recognise that.
What, selling plastic novelties to Blackpool joke shops?
No, gift shops, Rita. But that's not the point I'm making. Selling, the act of selling, is a performance art.
Oh, so you're saying that me and Mavis flogging gazettes in that 10x8 of a paper shop are really artistes?
Well...
By 8, Mavis, I shall have to rewrite your job description, because I'm just paying you the wages of a shop assistant.
Honestly, Rita, you can never just take the philosophy of a debate. You've always got to reduce it to facetious remarks.
Oh, dear. But business is quite healthy, isn't
Oh,
it?
fine, thank you, Emily.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Look, it's common sense, innit, love? We couldn't kimp all them puppies, could we? I mean, be reasonable. The thoroughbreds need a lot of care. We're out at work all day.
All right, point taken, but why did you have to do it behind my back?
Because, as I've said, the offer was there and you weren't. You wanted a decision. The pedigrees, they're in big demand.
Well, I hope you and your money are very happy.
Well, that's just it, innit, you see. It's not my money, is it?
What are you talking about?
She's the there.
800. It's yours. Another 50 on top of that, and I'll finish paying back what you owe you. Look, you bailed me out of that gambling debt with Mike Baldwin, didn't you? Now, it's been hanging over me ever since. I didn't want to make a profit out of them puppies, but you can't look a gift horse in the mouth, can you, love?
Tom, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you say something?
Oh, barely gave me a chance, did you?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
So where's your barmaid then? What for, Vera? I just want a word.
Look, it wasn't her fault, you know. Jack started all this.
Oh, so you know all about it then, do you? I might have guessed.
There's nothing to know, Vera.
Well, let me have a talk to her then.
I don't want any aggro.
I am coming here for any aggro.
I want your solemn promise.
Cross me out and hope to die.
One knockdown, for heaven's sake. I mean, that doesn't make you Baby Jane, does it?
Do you know, I suddenly feel 10 years older.
Hey, listen. Tomorrow night, why don't we iron our glad rags and hit the town? What do you say?
Oh, you don't know me, Audrey. I wish I could, honest. But as lame dogs go, it takes longer for me to lick my wounds than most, despite what people like your Gail think.
Now, come on. You've got all our Gail's sympathy. She said so.
Yeah, well, she'd give me a lot more sympathy if I started putting my weight in the cafe. You know what frightens me, Audrey? It can all happen again. You know, it always does.
pathetic when you think.
Love, you're all right. I mean, I'm not going to bite you. I just want to know if it's true or not.
Yes, he took me for a meal.
Do you think it's safe leaving these two in the same cage? I mean, that is what it's all about, isn't it? The Peter Pan of Weatherfield up to his tricks.
I've told you, Flower, I'm handling it.
It all started with him messing about, coming on heavy, you know.
Yeah, I know.
But I promise you, Vera, I didn't encourage him. Well, not deliberately. You know, if I smiled, he took it as a cue for a date.
Well, that's what I can't fathom, you see. If you felt like that, why did you go out with him to this restaurant?
Oh, that? I just did that for a laugh.
You what?
Well, for a bit of a joke, see how far it'd go.
You little cow! Vera, you promised. A bit of a joke? What? Well, I'm telling you, nobody makes a joke out of my husband. Who the hell do you think you are, eh?
Oh, yes, I think you handled that very nicely.
Belt up, Alec. Yeah, that's what you all think round here, isn't it? The Duckworths, village idiots.
Yeah, look,
good for a laugh.
leave this to me,
Well,
Ben.
I won't have it said by you, you little troll.
Get out, Vera. You're barred.
You. Oh, come on. What? Get out!
Did I tell you? Tell me. Tell me I left it to you and you set up a flaming cockfight. You get this lot cleaned up. Oh.
For a laugh, she never said that, not to you.
Of course she did, you fool! She's been a right mug of you. Only you're too thick to see it. She stitched you up good and proper, hasn't she? Made pillocks at pair of us. And all because flaming Jack Duckworth, he can't face up to getting older. No, he's got to change around like a sex-mad dog.
I'm sorry, Vera. I don't know what happened. I flipped, I think.
Never mind what he's put his wife through. Oh, God. I mean, don't you see? It could have been serious. You could have met somebody that really fancied you. And what then, eh?
All right, that pillock of the year. Hands up.
God.
Oh, come on, V.
Are you trying to send me mental? Or do you love me? I don't know. We sleep in the same bed. We eat at the same table. But you never say you love me. You've never said you love me since I turned you with a lad.
Come on.
Give up!
Come on. Come on. Of course I do. You shouldn't need telling.
But I don't.
I love you, V.
Oh. You ever do this to me again, and you're dead.
No, I like the feel of the place. It's, out of town, sort of, but, higher. That's the sort of view I like to wake up to in the morning. How about you?
Look, you asked me if you could take another quick look at the place. We've already been here an hour and I do have to get home.
No, you don't. We can go out and eat.
I don't mean to be rude, but I think you're wasting my time.
You don't know me very well, do you?
Don't I?
No.
Look, I'm not interested. I've had more than I can take of men with strings. I just can't cope with the complications of someone who's attached. Now, can we...
Oh, hey, whoa, just a minute. Attached, mummy, where'd you get that from? I'm divorced. Free as a bird.
Alma, the woman you first came to look at the flat with. Where does she fit in?
Alma, she's not even history. We're mates. She's brilliant at what you call intuition. I wanted a gut feeling to the place and she volunteered. If you don't believe me, go and ask her.
And secondly, you don't really like the flat, and I'm not paid enough to do this kind of thing for fun.
What are you talking about? I love the flat. Look, I'll tell you what. You sort the papers out and I'll tell my lawyer I'll sign them. Actually, I'm looking forward to the housewarming. And more than 2 people, I think it'll be overcrowded. What do you say?
You don't give up, do you?
Now you are getting to know me.
I'd like to go to church myself, but with him opening every Sunday.
There's always even song, Audrey.
Oh, I'm worn out by the time we finish here.
Is that the lot, Ivy?
Well, I hope so. Get this lot down and they won't need a picnic.
Morning, Percy.
Morning.
Where are you going then? Somewhere nice?
Eaton Park.
We thought we'd make a day of it, you know.
I wish I were coming.
Well, you're not.
More's the pity. Stuck in here. Do you know, most normal people keep their Sundays free.
Somebody's got to open on Sunday. It's men like me provide a public service.
That's what you call it, is it? A public service?
It is, yes.
Where's your corned beef gone, then?
Ah, well, we're out of corned beef at the moment, Percy. Sorry about that.
Some public service?
Yeah, well, there's plenty of other tin meats round there.
Aye, spam, chicken roll, ham roll, stuffed ham roll, Romanian tongue.
Well, that's a fair list to go at, isn't it?
You might think so. It's a funny thing, you know. In middle of Western Derry, get as much corned beef as you wanted. You come down your corner shop and all they've got's Romanian tongue. I sometimes wonder why I fought a war.
We've got some lovely German sausage, Percy.
Aye, you know what you can do with that and all.
The open on Sunday. Only there is abuse. I don't know why I bother coming.
Why don't you get young Silas? You come in.
Oh, double time on Sundays, Alf.
Hey, whose side are you two on?
And you can carry that. See ya.
Ta-da.
Bye. Alfie, that's not a bad idea. Sally.
Look, forget it.
Mirror signal manoeuvre, mirror signal manoeuvre.
It's not going to get you through, you know. It's doing it that matters.
You've got to know your highway code, Kevin.
Come on, back to bed. I'll put you through your paces.
Leave off, will you?
Oh, come on, love. There's more to life than driving test.
Kevin, get off. Stop it. I've got my test tomorrow.
Yeah? And whose fault's that?
Can't turn down a cancellation, could I? Oh, come on, Kev. Ask me some questions.
What?
Go on. Don't be rotten.
Blimey, what a way to spend your Sundays.
You can ask me anything at all, 'cause I know.
Right. When are we going back to bed?
You are useless, you are. You're never taking me seriously, are you? Martin, are you?
Morning. All right?
You're not bad.
Morning.
Morning.
Look, if I'm interrupting something.
No, you're not. Not a thing. In fact, you're just in time. We've just been up a one-way street and we're about to do emergency stops.
Oh, go on, Martin. You can ask me anything at all.
Okay.
Just spread it on the bread, you silly thing. Not all over you. I bet your grandma's made a mountain already, anyway.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
Nicky, stop where you are.
I've got to get my cricket bat.
What do you need your cricket bat for?
Play cricket, what do you think?
I want that tracksuit kept clean for Heaton Park.
Do I have to go to Heaton Park?
Yes, you do. You like Heaton Park.
I'd rather stay with Paul.
Well, you can't. Your grandma and granddad are coming for us at 12, so I want you back here at 11:30 for a wash, OK?
Motorways.
70.
Dual carriageways other than motorways.
Still 70 unless a lower limit is specified.
She knows it.
Right, you see. Ken, do you think we could catch Mark's car this afternoon? I wouldn't mind having another lesson.
Bit cheeky, innit?
Why?
He's already lending it you tomorrow.
Use mine if you want, Sal.
No, thanks. I'd rather stick to a car that I know. Well, what do you think, then?
He might be persuaded with a drink, provided he's not using it himself.
All right. Good idea. I will. Come on, Martin, fire away.
Okay. What about your stopping distances?
Oh, God, I know these.
Go on then.
75 feet at 30 mile an hour.
Yeah.
175 feet at 50 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And 315 feet at 70 mile an hour.
Correct. It's not bad, that, Sam.
Not bad. Why don't you just say it? I am brilliant.
40.
What?
Overall stopping distance if you're doing 40.
There isn't one for 40, Ken.
Oh, do you want to bet?
Look, clever clogs, on back page, 30, 50 and 70.
Yes. Luke. Page 14, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70 miles an hour, shortest stopping distance.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Oh, but that's stupid, though, having it in two different places. That's not fair, is it?
Oh, well, so like the examiner.
It's a bit daft, though, isn't it, Kev, putting it there?
The point is she didn't know it.
You don't want me to pass my test, do you?
If you're not safe, no.
Well, I am safe, and I am going to pass, so you better start getting used to the idea.
Not turned up then.
Right, you're on the ball this morning, look.
Look, I don't want any wisecracks, Bet. I'm not in the mood. I just want to know where Walter Mitty's got to.
Have you tried casualty?
That's too much to hope for.
I wasn't joking.
Neither was I.
Shall I pop down and see what's up?
Only if you've got a death wish.
Well, no, I could explain. You know, put her in the picture.
I think you've done enough already.
Oh, look, I'm really sorry about what happened last night, Mr. Gilroy.
Yes, so am I. I mean, you ought to have known better than lead him on like that. You know he's not capable of rational thought.
Now, come on, Alec. It wasn't all Tina's fault. She was getting a lot of hassle from Jacko.
I was just trying to teach him a lesson, that's all.
It was a bit of fun. You know, a joke.
Well, next time you play a joke on someone, make sure they've got a sense of humour and pick someone who's either single or doesn't work in this pub.
Look, let me go down there and sort it out. Shall I calm down by now?
You don't know Vera, love. Once she gets her teeth into someone, she doesn't let go until she's torn them into little pieces.
There's precedents for this, you know. Parallels through history. Take St. Francis of Assisi, for example. I mean, he sought refuge from mankind with birds and animals. Vera? These are Jack's trousers.
Were his trousers?
Hey, not them, they're mine. What are you doing, Mrs. Dunn?
I'll put a stop to his little games for him.
Well, yeah, I was just wondering what he'll say when he finds out.
Oh, we'll ask him, shall we? Hey, you up there, toe rag? Curly wants to know what you're going to say when you find out I've cut up all your trousers. See? No comment. Mind you, that's what stars do, isn't it, when they're caught with the trousers down?
We won't have that problem again.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll make sure he don't go chasing women half his age. Because if he does, these won't be the only things I'll be cutting up into little pieces.
There's enough here to feed an army.
Well, I told you I'd see to food.
It'll get eaten, don't worry. Better running around out there, we'll all be ravenous.
Listen, what time do you tell Nicky to get back?
11:30.
It's gone 12 now. I'd best pop out and see where he is. He's up and playing in the street.
They're not the same kids, are they? Once they get playing out, what does time matter to them, eh?
I don't know how keen he is to go, Don.
Oh, he'll brighten up once he gets out there.
Well, you know how moody he's been lately.
Yeah, well, he's bound to be a bit unsettled, isn't he? But I'll see to it they don't get bored, don't worry.
Out in the back all the time. I don't know what we're going to do with you, I don't. Now listen, pop upstairs and wash your hands and face, because it's time for setting off.
Do I have to? Do as your grandma says.
Hey, and not a lick and a promise, mind you. I want a proper wash. You want to look nice when you go out with your grandma, don't you?
I wouldn't tempt fate if I were you. There's not a lad alive like soap and water. Hey, Nicky, don't worry. You'll soon be just as mucky once we've had a few goes on that tram and been out on the lake.
Don't encourage him, Don.
Oh, give over. He's a lad, not a stuffed doll. Isn't he, Pep? Hey, listen. Why don't you and me get that cricket stuff together?
Tom, are you sure this is right?
Why, is something wrong with it?
Well, it's Romanian.
So?
It's on Percy's hit list along with German sausage.
Oh, don't, Alf, please. I do despair of Mr. Sugden sometimes.
Take it out the tin and serve it on a plate. He'll never know.
Just don't tell him it comes from here, that's all. That's £4.54, please, love.
He's so xenophobic, that's his trouble. He can't stand anything that isn't English.
Oh, I know. Do you know, I haven't got the art to tell him that all our corned beef comes from Argentina.
Bye,
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Hang on. Oh, time to perfection.
You've got a nerve.
Oh dear, what have I done now?
I just hope you don't think you're going to get served in here after what you did to poor Alma.
Excuse me, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a corner shop, not a marriage bureau.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Look, would you like to go through the back and do some tidying
I would
up?
not, thank you. Someone's got to say it.
Well, can I have a packet of my cigars with the lecture, please, Alf?
Yeah, you can. Sorry about this, Mike.
Leading her on like you did, then just dropping her without her by your leave. I just think it's awful.
Oh, you know all the ins and outs, do you? Eh?
How can you make a joke about it, huh? I've got your number, Mike, though, don't worry.
Well, give us a ring sometime. Perhaps I can fill a corner of your life. Thanks, Alf. I'll tell you what, though. I think you're more disappointed than Elmer is. See ya.
You know, you're really set to get your own way, aren't you?
What?
Carry on like this, we won't need to open Sunday or any other day. We won't have any customers left.
Here we are.
Look at all being softened up.
Oh, it's just a little favour.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just wondered if you wouldn't mind, Mark. I mean, you've been smashing to me already, but, well, could I borrow the escort again this afternoon?
Oh, this afternoon.
Well, you see, I've got my test tomorrow.
Don't look at me. Oh, it's just a bit awkward, like. I was fixed up this afternoon. This dishy bird.
Oh, all right. Well, forget it then.
I could be tempted, though. Swap one dishy bird for another, eh? Even if it does mean bringing husband along for a ride.
Do you know what we really need to make today a real success? A piece of string.
String?
Yeah, one end tied to me toe, and the other to a bottle cooling off in the canal.
I'm working, Mike, remember?
I wouldn't cramp yourself. I'd just sit there like Huckleberry Finn with my feet in the water, watching you charm the plastic out of their pockets.
So where is he then? Our warrior poet?
Well, it's a bit difficult.
Oh, difficult is it? I thought you lived there. Well, to call it living might be stretching several points.
Well, I spent most of the morning in the pigeon loft.
The pigeon loft? Is this some kind of new religious ritual?
No, it's safer in the pigeon loft.
Look, Curly, all I want to know is what is happening at number 9 and why is he not behind this bar?
Well, that's a bit difficult as well.
Right, that settles it. I'm going round there myself. I'll soon sort Jacko out.
I wouldn't.
Eh? Just you watch me.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Warn me?
You've heard the phrase, armed and extremely dangerous?
Yes.
Well, that's what Vera is at the moment.
Armed? Armed with what?
The biggest pair of scissors I've ever seen in my life, and she's cutting up everything that gets within 6 feet of her.
Mr. Baldwin?
Well, that depends who's asking.
Jones, Morris Jones. I tried your flat. Neighbour said I'd find you here.
Well, now you found me, but as you can see, I'm busy.
There's some business I want to discuss. We met at dinner once.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
I wonder if you could possibly spare the time. I'm sure it'll be to your... Jones, Morris Jones.
Well, Mr. Jones, I don't want to appear rude, but today is Sunday. Sunday's my day off, and I like to relax. But I'm sure if you get in touch with my secretary tomorrow, she'll sort something out.
I'm sorry, but it can't wait until tomorrow.
You're very persistent, aren't you?
Only take a minute.
All right, go on then. I'm counting. What is it?
Quite simple, really. I want to buy your factory.
It'll keep you safe, love.
It hurts so.
Well, where does it hurt? Let Grandma have a look.
All over. Here.
Is it rubbing? Look, I tell you what, shall I put my scarf against?
No! Nicky! It can't be all that bad. It is. Well, I'm sure it won't harm for a few more miles.
Is it safe for him to undo it, Dan?
It's safer with it on, love.
It hurts so. Nicky, just shut up, will you? Can't we stop? No. No, I've just about had enough.
But we need her there soon, love.
I need the toilet, though.
I'm sorry if I spoilt your day with the young lady.
That's all right. I'll catch up with her later.
Lucky man.
I think so. Do you want a drink?
No, not for me, Tom.
Like it?
It'll do for what I want.
Which is what?
Does it matter if the price is right?
You're not in the rag trade.
No. I'm a builder.
Oh, I see. Want to pull the place down, do you?
Well, what I do with it when I bought it's my business.
I've already told you. Not for sale.
Business that good?
Oh, they're being replaced next week if the order comes through. We've been waiting months. I'm a success, Mr. Jones. This place works for me. Works very well.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, what's your price?
I don't think you're hearing me, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Baldwin, you didn't leave a beautiful young lady on a Sunday and bring me here for the sake of good manners.
Well, let's just say I'm curious.
So am I. I'm curious to know how much you'll settle for.
Well, it's a very big area, this. I'm sure there are more suitable sites up for sale.
But I don't want them. I want this. I'll give you a ring. You let me know what you decided. It's okay. I'll find my own way out.
No! Don't stand up! Don, don't let him stand up like that. He might fall in.
Don't make a fuss.
Oh.
She'll be all right.
Hey? That's all right. I hope you'll be all right.
It's all right. Don knows what he's doing.
It makes me nervous, Walter. It always has.
Here, have another cuppa.
Oh, Tyler. Well, he's certainly cheered him up, hasn't he?
I'm not surprised. It's the third time in that boat. Must be costing Don a fortune.
What price a smile, Gail? It's worth it just to see his little face light up.
Oh, well, I don't want him growing up thinking every time he throws a tantrum somebody throws money back. He's got to learn to work things out, like everybody else.
If that means throwing a moody, then he'll just have to be left to sulk.
It's early days yet, girl. Still Mrs. Bryan, you know. And if either Donna or I can do anything to compensate somehow for that, well, then we will.
3 point turn here. Handbrake. Whoops. Well, that's a definite fail.
I only hit the curb.
Here, and knocks a little old lady over out doing her shopping.
Okay, but I'm not on my test yet, Kev.
Oh, it's just as well.
Shut up, Will. I'm here to learn from all my mistakes.
Yeah, and I'm always trying to help you.
Listen, can I say something?
Yeah, why not everybody else has?
I think you're going too slow. You can fail on that as well, you know.
Hey, shut up, you. You want us to pass this stuff?
Oh, that's very nice, that is.
You don't want to take in tomorrow. I'll go.
Sure, you can forget that and all.
You
Yeah,
can
left.
forget that and all, because I'm taking Mrs. Roberts.
What?
I don't want to trouble you, Kev, you know, any more than I have to.
You'll have to ask me back for some tea. You've got to have some perks, you know, if you're lending me car all day.
Watch it.
So was he serious?
I couldn't tell. Could you?
Bit odd just walking in like that and asking you.
Well, it takes all sorts.
Expensive clothes.
Bit rough around the edges, though. I wouldn't mind a quid for every yard of bricks he's carried up the ladder.
You think so?
Well, he's not the type that you find standing around exclusive dockland redevelopments. Charming, prospective clients.
Is that a dig at me?
Couldn't resist it.
Believe it or not, I work hard.
No, I'm impressed. And I'll tell you what, if you were on the market, I'd offer you a job.
Yeah, well, I'm flattered, but I don't know that running curtains up is exactly what I had in mind for the next 30 years.
No, me neither. Which is why I wouldn't mind finding out what Mr. Jones is up to.
I know what I'd do if you cut my trousers up, Mrs. Bishop. Or any other one would come to that.
And what would you do first, love?
I'd be on my back, that's what.
Be a bit uncomfortable without your trousers.
Hey, that woman's barred.
I will handle this. Tina, would you get me some change? I think we're running short. Now, Vera, what can I get you?
I'll have all that little trollop untouched.
Hey, any trouble? You're out.
Oh, there'll be no trouble. So long as nobody mentions that snake in the grass I've given the best days of my life to.
I've forgotten he even existed, Vera, now.
Give us a brandy then. What are you looking at?
Are you sure you don't mind?
No, there's bound to be someone in the trade locally who's heard of him.
I just don't want you to think I'm using you, that's all.
I wouldn't let you use me, Mike.
No, of course not.
Good.
Let's go, shall we?
Oh, no, Mike. Aren't you going to introduce me to your daughter, then?
Surely you remember Dawn?
Oh, yes. Weren't you mixed up with that Alan Bradley business?
I used to work for him.
Yeah, messy that, wasn't it? Still, you seem to have come out of it all right.
Didn't affect me, really.
No, well, I suppose it was more Rita that suffered. Mind you, that's always the case, isn't it, in these cases? It's the older woman that always suffers.
Then you better watch yourself, ain't you, Audrey? Don't want you getting into any trouble, do we?
Now, you asked for that, didn't you? You know, some of these days somebody's going to deck you, and when they do, I shall likely turn away.
Do you know that pig's a men? Yes, I'll second that.
On the house, Vera.
Oh, really?
Yes, why not?
Well, that's very generous of you. And listen, I'm sorry about that trouble last night. You know, it's just that, well, I was that mad. In fact, I still am. And I'm sorry, I mean, I was out of line, you know, coming in here causing trouble. I should have waited till she come outside and stuck her one on then.
Bit harsh, that, isn't it, Vera, love?
A bit harsh when your fella gets strung along by a bit of stuff like her over half your age. I mean, how are you supposed to compete with that?
Look, Vera, there were nought in it, love. I'd swear to that.
But I know him, he's a devious devil, and she's a tart. Still, he won't be going far now. I've cooked his goose for him. No. I've given him a short, sharp lesson he won't forget.
So I hear.
Has she gone down all right?
As soon as I read it, the pillow.
She looked worn out, bless her.
She's had a busy day, Ivy.
We're all off. Come on, off, tell her.
Well, thanks for a lovely day.
Oh, we enjoyed it, didn't we, Ivy, love?
Yes, it was just like old times.
Nicky, come down and say goodbye to Grandma and Grandad.
No, it's all right, love. Leave him be.
It's all right, he's only upstairs playing. Nicky?
Well, he won't want fussing over. I mean, I never did.
I don't know what's got into him. I'm sorry he's been so miserable all day.
That was all right, wasn't he, Ivy?
Yes,
Well, I thought it was a good time.
You're too soft on him. You know that, don't you?
Well, you're only young one, Scale. Remember that?
Yes, before you know where you are, he'll be up and away. So I want to enjoy him while he's here.
Come on.
Ta-ra. And thanks.
Anytime, love.
Well, you're too late now. They've gone.
I'm hungry.
I don't think I'm very interested in what you are, Nicky. Especially after the way you've behaved today.
Can I have my supper?
Why should I do things for you when you won't even come down and say goodbye to Grandma and Grandad? They gave up a whole day just to give you a good time.
Good time? You were boring.
You ungrateful little devil. Get back up them stairs this minute.
But I'm hungry.
Yeah, and you can stay hungry and all. I want you in that bath and then it's bed.
But Mum...
I mean it. Go on. And one more word and it'll be more than a bath you get. Go on.
It's 6:30, you know. Mark should be here by now.
Probably polishing the escort for you for tomorrow.
I just want to get another lesson in, you know, after my tea. That's if Mark wouldn't mind.
Ask him. Sounds like he's arrived.
Hi, Mark. Come in. A bit late. Have you had a rush job on or what?
Yeah, you could say that. I've just been working on the escort.
What?
Well, he started misfiring after I dropped you two off. I've had to take the head off.
Does that mean I won't get another lesson in tonight, then?
It means you might not get it for tomorrow, so...
This is a send-up, isn't it?
It's no send-up, Sal.
You're winding me up, aren't you?
Look, we're not honest. It's a big cylinder head job. If I can't get the parts...
Are you serious?
Look, honest, Sal, it's knackered.
What are you doing sat there? Go and sort it out.
There's no point. He's just told you he can't get the parts till tomorrow.
I've got me test tomorrow.
So, you'll have to cancel it.
No way. You've done this on purpose, haven't you?
Don't be daft.
You have the pair of you, because neither of you want me to drive that banger, so you're making sure I fail my test, aren't you?